to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the follow, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies, the champions of the world that we defy. A
All right, everyone, welcome to the Risen Esports Champions League, where we have ReDefy Esports playing against Glacial Esports. I'm Johnny Esports. I'm joined by Django. How are you doing, Django?
I'm having a lovely day here, getting in on the last day of the
Yeah,
Risen tournament. Scouting? No, it's oh my goodness,
Champions League.
qualification, Champions League.
There you
There we go.
go.
Got there in the end. What matters is that we are here, last day, out of playoffs,
hmm
unfortunately, but still a lot to fight for because every
hmm
position in the ranking means more points towards that ending goal, getting into proving ground. So every win matters here. We're
For
gonna
sure.
have to see what we can do up against Glacial Esports.
Yeah, and we're already into the bands here. We got Poppyheimer and Pantheon banned uh, by Glacial here, and our boys in Redefy have banned out the Camille, the Seraphine, and the Galio. So we're looking at the first pick right now. It's looking to be that Hecarim. It's
Okay.
locked in right now for Glacial, so they're looking to go fast. But so is Olaf, as that's locked in on the other side.
Yeah, most definitely. Redefy having a massive pick priority on the Galio. They were blue side twice last night and went ahead and grabbed that one up each time. Now banning it on the red side means they really have high priority on that. Won't see
hmm
it unless they go to blue side next game, however. Olaf and Kaisa, both just pretty meta champions.
hmm
Like the Olaf matchup into the hack room, but I really want to see Glacial go ahead and pull things that will synergize a lot with the Hecarim. Aatrox is kind of there, looking more along the lines of maybe an Orianna for the mid lane or a power pick 80 carry here so you don't get pinched too far down the pole, something like a Jhin.
Yeah, exactly. That's potentially what they could look at there. Of course, there is the possibility of like a Samira in this play. You've
True.
already kind of seen on the other side. They pick a low CC jungler on the other side. That kind of maybe signals that it might be safe to play Samira, but it's always risky, of course, because the other team could then just start locking in a bunch of crowd control, and that makes it tough. So they decided to go with the Vayne, which to me is just other Kaisa in a lot of ways. So they're gonna be able to grab that one there. And what I kind of like about the new itemization these days is that with Vayne, there's plenty of options. So it'll be interesting to
Yes.
track how they're going out there.
Yep. Definitely like your point on the itemization because she can spec into pretty much all three mythic 80
Yeah,
carry items very
all viable.
easily. With an Olaf and a Malphite locked in on the other side, might be eyeing up that Kraken Slayer to get through the front line that Redefy is building
hmm
up very strong.
Yeah, that could definitely be tough with a Malphite in front of you. Of course, there's also the chance like maybe you just need Gale Force to dodge the Malphite ult. That's a
True.
little depends on the AD carry. Pretty much what they think is kind of important there. But right now we do see Silas being banned out and TF banned the other way. They're trying to get rid of some of that mid lane presence that TF does provide. So we wait to see what their other bans are. To note, yeah, they still need the mid laner on Redefy, so it's really interesting to see, or on both teams rather. So it'll be interesting to see where these bans kind of go to see where the kind of counter pick comes from. And looks like Zillion will be the last ban by Glacial.
Yeah, four mid bans here. Redefy probably looking at a support pickup here. Lulu is not
hmm
what I thought they were going for, but a very interesting choice. Definitely synergizes fantastically with the
hmm
Olaf being able to speed him up and allow him to just go even harder into the back line of Glacial. Glacial's mid laner is going to have to be a very safe pick, not only dealing with Olaf Malphite jumping at them in the later
yeah.
game, but Redefy's mid laner, Jay Chow, will have counter pick coming
hmm
at the end of this draft. So real safe pick. I expect an Oriana just because it's
Oh
the
no,
safest thing on the
Yumi.
board.
I'm tilted.
It's over.
Already, I've heard. Okay, so anyone doesn't know anything about me, I permaban Yumi even when it's not strong anymore, just because I hate the champion. But I guess I have to see it in a cast every once in a while if I'm not the ones playing it, because that's not bad. Well, we get a Yumi, so now I'm really cheering for Redefy to win, just because I don't want to see that happen. And it looks like Karma might end up being this mid lane pick, someone more supportive there, and like you said, kind of a little bit safer because you're going to play on the edges. You're not really like trying to get in there doing the damage. You're really trying to set up to make a hyper carry Vayne here.
Absolutely, and even outside of the vein, Karma synergizes. Excuse me. Karma and Yumi both synergize very well with Hecarim and Aatrox.
True.
Going to be really keen on currently just the AD carry, but maybe the mid laner depending on the pick here. Picking up Grievous wounds very early. You have healing coming out of every single member, depending on what the Vayne builds, of course. And Anivia will be the last lock in here. I don't know about that. Glacial have a lot of ways to go around that Anivia wall,
Yeah.
but it might just be looking to shove in the Karma and not allow her to team up with the Hecarim in the early mid game. Oh,
Oh,
excuse me.
yeah. It's actually draft problems. It's actually ended up being an Oriana for that
Okay.
last pick, which to me makes a lot more sense, to be completely honest.
Yes.
Too as
Yes.
well. You have the ball delivery system of either Olaf running in or Malphite, of course, just ulting in too as well, and again provides more shields for that Kai'Sa too as well, where Kai'Sa's gonna ult in, have her shield, Lulu's gonna ult Kai'Sa, bananas things happen, or again you put that all into the Olaf instead, kind of depending on who's more fed, really at the game there.
Most definitely, I like the Oriana bringing a bit more CC than the Anivia. The Anivia has the stun, but it's fairly hard to land.
Yeah.
Just that snap CC, because really, when you look at blue side, they're going to run into a problem where Vayne will be the only one doing anything. And while they have a lot of tools to keep that Vayne alive, having that Oriana shockwave can definitely turn the fights. It's
Mhm.
also great at peeling the Hecarim and Aatrox off of herself or the Kai'Sa as well. So I really like the Oriana pick here. I think
Mhm.
it's very nice, rounds out their compositional really well.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
just kind of have to worry about the early game coming out of this
Yeah.
Hecarim Karma combo.
Yeah, they can certainly gank a lot and roam a whole bunch over there to help kind of the other lanes. Like I said, they're a little bit of a carry vein kind of thing potentially going on the left side. But as you mentioned, all those buffs can go to Hecarim or Aatrox. Another situation where it's like, yeah, it depends who's fed. Well, let's just
Hmm.
let them have all the buffs in the game. So the one pick that I want to talk a little more here again is that mid lane pick in that Karma v Oriana in this matchup. So we don't see a lot of Karma mids all that much these days. At least I can't think of the last time I've seen it recently. So, how do you see kind of like that matchup? Is that more just like, hey, this Karma's gonna chill out, and then we're gonna get to that late game, or do you think there's gonna be some decent pressure that, like you said, Hecarim coming into the mid lane could put on Oriana here?
I'm really curious to watch Sorry Makers build this game
Right.
because there's two ways I see this going. And the first way I would disagree with, which is going towards your traditional mid lane mythic items, getting a bit of AP, and then moving into a supportive build, which is what I normally see on mid lane karmas. But I
Okay.
don't love that because mid lane mythics are so expensive right
Yeah.
now. Karma's going to be horridly behind trying to get to that power spike. I'm curious if Sorry Maker will adapt here and go maybe something like we've been seeing on the junglers, like the Nidalee and the Lilia, and go for like a Moonstone Staff of Water
Yeah.
flowing, a really cheap, really cost effective build that just buffs up everyone around him.
Hmm.
And at that point, build situationally depending on what you need. I'd really like to see that out of the Karma mid. Otherwise, in the matchup, has push priority for the first couple levels until Oriana gets more points into her queue and is able to force the wave back in
Yeah.
her
Well,
favor. But
certainly, what's one thing that's scary for Glacial Esports too is that, like, what are you gonna do about Olaf running at you? They don't really have a lot of really great ways to like peel Olaf off of someone, so they're basically looking to hope to outsustain Olaf's usefulness rather in a fight, it seems. So we'll see how this will play out. So we're going to take a quick break here on ReDefy Esports as we wait for the competitive integrity pause, and we'll be back with this final match of the Champions League here at Risen Esports. So don't touch that browser, and we'll see you soon. All right, here we are on Summoner's Rift. It started a little late, but we're here. We're finally getting a game going, and I'm excited for it, Django.
Absolutely. Better late than never is the saying after all. And getting into game, really liking all the summoner spell choices that I'm seeing. A lot of smart heads up play. Ignite on the Lulu, probably the one thing that's a little bit curious to me. I feel like Exhaust would be fantastic in the later game, but looking for a little bit of lane priority onto the Yuumi Vayne.
It does cut
Kaisa
the
will...
healing.
True,
Maybe the
true.
thought on that one, so there's that.
Very, very true. Kaisa will definitely have lane priority, just with the Acathian Rain always having a lane priority there. And there's a cheeky little Spell Thief proc. Damn, Lost Gaming off to the races there already.
They're too far in the lead now. You're never going to be able to catch up to that gold.
Honestly.
GG next already over here.
Next thing you know, they'll get a ward kill or something.
Yeah,
it'll just be snowball out of control.
Yeah, can't possibly win.
It looks like ReDefy is going for a late invade here, by the way they're posturing though. But Glacial are on the top side. They will spot this late invade out on a ward. And it looks like we might just get vertical jungling if both junglers realize what's going on.
Yeah, it does look like they're back there. So, of course, this enemy bot lane will realize what is happening too as well. So they're not going to likely put themselves in a dangerous position while we see Nervy Disciple fighting with Topotamus a little bit over by the top lane. So Django, we're talking about how this game plays out in the early game. Who do you think the team's going to be like? Do you think either team's going to be really super proactive? Do you think a team could maybe be more conservative through these laning phases? What do you kind of predict out of that?
I would probably look... It's hard to say. The Olaf is a very big wild card here because both of his solo lanes are going to be losing pressure. Both Karma and Aatrox will push the lanes in naturally. Level 2 in the bot lane, but isn't going to amount to much. So unless the Olaf can find a cheeky way around the vision, I feel like Karma and Aatrox can just play to the top side. I think this will actually just be a slow early game. Yeah. Because Karma and Aatrox can play to their jungler. Olaf's going to be bot side where his bot lane is just pushing in. We're going to have a bit of a lull here. Definitely not what we were used to last game. Last game we had 6 kills at 4 minutes. Or excuse me, last night we had 6 kills at 4 minutes. So not going to keep up with that pace by the looks of the comps, but you never know. Olaf might find something crazy here. We gotta keep an eye on Armored Maudad here up in the top side. If he's able to grab this Krug camp, that's the one camp that PieSwag wasn't able to steal away, so that'll get him a little bit of an advantage here. But Olaf is looking mid, doesn't wrap around the long way. I don't think he has... I think he's just going up here for Scuttle.
Yeah, decent 1v1 happening on the top lane too as well, and then you're just coming over here. Do note, of course, the Hecarim could swing by over towards the top side of the map, but we're coming back into the mid lane. Asari Maker has got himself in a little bit of trouble here. Glacial has got himself down. Flash comes through for PieSwag, and so does the final axe. First Blood comes in through there, but the gank does come through on the top side, so Nergiri Disciple will pick themselves up 1 kill there, and so we're tied up in kills. Yeah,
the kill's tied up, but overall I'd say that benefits ReDefy the most. Topotamus did not blow his flash, meanwhile getting the ignite and the flash out of the top side of the map, whereas it was just a straight flash for flash trade in the mid lane, and it was the jungler's flash on top of it. So Asari Maker is going to be in a pretty rough spot here, as long as PieSwag doesn't donate a kill right back to him.
Free damage a little bit, teleport coming through from Jay-Chow. We'll get them back to the mid lane as we tune into the bot lane, who's getting a pretty good trade here.
Hecarim's coming around.
But here comes Hecarim, as you mentioned. Jay-Chow's got to get themselves out of there. They're being knocked up to the side. PieSwag is down to 150 HP, down to like 10 HP. Now he's dead. Armored Maudad picks up that kill, is now looking towards Jay-Chow. He's going to hit him down. That shield will maybe keep them up alive long enough, and the tower hit will be enough. Jay-Chow will take them down and will live to fight another day.
Oh, by a sliver, an absolute sliver of HP. Jay-Chow will make that one out alive and grab a kill off the back half. ReDefy doing pretty well here. So we see go pan up top lane. Topotamus is going to be up in experience, not gold per se, but will have a slight experience lead. might get that 6 first and look for something towards mid possibly, as Sorry Maker's not going to have flash for a little
Ooh.
bit.
This is a tough situation for top spot in this too, with that lane being frozen there. They're already behind quite a few CS. It's could be difficult, but we tune into the mid lane as Special K has made their way over here. Sorry Maker is going to go down, but in the end, the support gets a kill to the trades a kill with the mid laner of the enemy team, so not completely ideal.
Not completely ideal, but the lane state is definitely not ideal for Sorry Maker. He's going to lose about 2, possibly more waves with no teleport, and Hecarim not really in a position to fix his lane for him. He's going to lose at least 2 waves, might get zoned off more. ReDefy are not taking their foot off the pedal. Just as soon as I said that we're going to have a pretty slow early game, we have decided to have 6 kills all centered around the mid lane, minus the one that Nuguri Disciple did get up top lane. See, he was... unfortunately, Top Hippopotamus didn't get 6 first just because of how bad of a lane state he had there. Unfortunate for that, but he will pick it up off this wave. High swag here, so is Special K. They're just not leaving this Karma alone.
Sorry Maker, throw up the camp emote, my dude, because there is a tit set up here by Swag as they're coming in and forcing him up, but the teleport is coming through for Nuguri Disciple, so this could spell a little bit of trouble for Special K. They're getting knocked up and getting queued over and over again, but the flash will come through, they'll get out. Swag, though, meanwhile, is the one in a little bit of danger, does get taken down by Nuguri Disciple, and J-Chow and Special K go down pretty low from Q from Sorry Maker too as well, but that will be a kill for Nuguri.
J-Chow has ult!
Oh no! J-Chow missing the shockwave. Not able to land that one, unfortunately, for them. Would have been a huge play, but in the end, we're just at a 4-3 kill score in favor of Glacial right now.
Yep. Glacial getting a little bit up there. Nice teleport coming out of Nuguri Disciple now. 2-0. It looks like he's going to be the primary early game carry for this composition. Gold is still fairly even, only 700 in the favor of Glacial, and I have to imagine more than 700 is in the top lane right now, just because we do have a farm lead in the mid lane. We see a little bit of a trade coming out of there, but Top Hippopotamus probably doesn't win this one.
Going for it though, does press
he has
R.
Comet.
And Comet, yeah, to try to play a little bit extra damage, but again, just very, very hard ahead. Basically a kill's worth of CS and 2 kills on top for Nuguri Disciple. And here comes Armored Mod, and of course Top Hippopotamus used his ultimate already, so the unstoppable force might have to go
to flash
here, but he's making his way around, but Nuguri Disciple does not miss. We'll get their 3rd kill of this game while we tune to mid lane, and Swag messing around with Sorry Maker once again.
Yep, just still continuing to batter down this mid lane. Looks like he's going to go for an invade, knowing that Hecarim was on the top side. Grab that red buff a second time, but he's going to need his bot lane to come over very, very quickly. He's getting collapsed on.
Ooh, maybe Ghost is right here to deal with that. Does get the red buff, will be enough to secure this kill. Heal does come through for Maybe Ghost. Is going to make them survive, and they're going to tumble over the wall and be fine here, but Special K is right around the corner here. Can Special K snag this kill? They do. They're able to take that one down, and of course that is a Yuumi by themselves for a moment, but here comes Armored Dad and Sorry Maker. I called him Armored Dad, that's hilarious. Swag is taking a bunch of damage here. He will use a stopwatch, surprisingly, and survive for the moment being, but here comes Armored Mod, who has that Yuumi now attached to them. Swag's going to reel down low, but there's a nice shockwave from J-Chow, but it still means RD Dangle is able to pick up that kill. They continue moving forward here as RD Dangle wants to get more out of this, but the healing from Yuumi is very relevant even this early in the game, and they're going to be able to survive through that onslaught. J-Chow is still doing a decent amount of damage here and still flirting with some danger. Maybe Ghost is now back in this fight. It's been that long as J-Chow is going to go down. Maybe Ghost just kind of walks in and secures the kill.
His fights are going so long that Respawn members are making their way down to it. Oh boy, Glacial still staying just a tad bit ahead. Pretty much the same gold lead as these teams just trade back kills back and forth. Dangle only got 1 kill out of that, but did get a fairly hefty CS lead coming out of that one. And if you look at the Karma's build, does look like she will be going towards that Moonstone build, so gonna spike really hard and really early. ReDefy are gonna have to be careful if Orion is just sitting on components and Karma already has her mythic. Could be a very, very bad time to fight, possibly around this 1 minute mark if the pace of the game stays this high.
Yeah, speaking of already on their Mega Noguri Disciple too as well with that Gore Drinker is going to do some decent work, especially since Hippopotamus is almost nothing in their inventory at this point. So it's a bit scary situation for them in the top lane. They almost want the lane pace to just end because it might actually make things easier for them. But Noguri Disciple seems to be a pretty smart player. He's doing a pretty good job in this game. He's got himself in a very good situation.
Yeah, most definitely. A big 40 CS lead with just how much he's been able to deny Topopotamus off that initial dive. JHL is going to take a good trade here, proc the phase rush and get out of the way of the root, no problem. Now it looks like Noguri Disciple, oh no, he's going to cancel his base. I have to imagine he has Gore Drinker in base. Right now that's just a Chain Whip sitting in his inventory. But he has all the components. I have to imagine he has it, just looking for a good base timing.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to earlier, so he'll come back with that and then be even stronger in this lane that he's just absolutely dominating. There we go. Does pick that one up here. So Dragon is up. Got a pink ward over there by our boys in ReDefy. Is going to be able to spot if they do start that, but you do have some posturing over here by the Hecker. I'm looking towards his bot lane, coming down now. Teleport is coming through. Topopotamus will come and join their team and push them out of here. This does seem like they want to commit to this Dragon now, but Noguri's Disciple is able to walk down here. Do not have teleport available, but is already here in time for this. Olaf is starting the Dragon. Noguri's Disciple is zoning off everyone else. Here comes Armored Maudad and the ultimate from Yuumi. Going to contribute and try to slow people down. RD Dangle, though, is able to get out of there. Olaf did secure that Dragon in the meantime, so good job by PieSwag to kind of stay focused on that objective. So they got themselves a couple Dragons here, and certainly that win condition is in play right now.
Nah, I'd be pretty happy if I were ReDefy right now. You might want to back off this tower, yeah. Topopotamus didn't complete his base, so right now he's just an ultimate. There it goes.
Topopotamus jumps in, Unstoppable Force comes through, seeing if they can get done, but PieSwag will pick up the first kill of it. He's going nuts. Ragnarok will pick up a double kill. He's going to continue going forward, and although the Lulu goes down, that's still a triple kill now for PieSwag, and now they want Armored Maudad. They're continuing to run forward. No more ultimates left available means they're just going to be able to enjoy the fact that they got 3 kills on an Olaf who can continue that snowball.
Yeah, definitely. And while Topopotamus did not base, his ultimate was extremely impactful. And I have to imagine Sorry Maker also. Okay. Oh, that's a rough time.
You might have wondered how I got here.
I think Topopotamus is actually able to walk this one out with the Orianna shield coming in.
This is actually like a perfect freeze frame. This shield might be enough to solve them. It's like, all right, chat, how smart are you at maths? Can you figure out, will Topopotamus live? Say yes or no in the chat right now. That's wild. What a wild time to pause.
Yeah, it's very possible he walks this one out, because the point I was about to make is, while Malphite hadn't base to spend his gold, neither had Karma. Karma had been sitting mid for a while and just walked down to this fight, so I have to imagine Sorry Maker is pretty close to his mythic, if not already has it, as he's only off by about 1,200 gold, give or take, maybe less than that. Not 100% on my maths with the new items. I know what most of them do, but I'm not. Okay, they have the mirror and the ruby crystal. That's how much. Nah, don't have it.
Like when they change that many items at once, you can. Oh no! The kill does come through.
The second part of the queue went off.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't see that.
Feels bad. Well, Topopotamus, your ult, obviously, though, was still welcome. PieSwag enjoys the triple kill he got, but unfortunately, going down in the long run there. Sorry Maker wants to make another play, 1v1 versus JChow now. He's going to do a solid amount of damage here. Got them to a 200 HP, and of course, JChow does not have ultimate available. Here comes the Yuumi to give him a bit of speed, give him a little bit of healing, but JChow will just narrowly get away.
Able to walk that one out with the phase rush there. Going to probably get back to base and just look towards more components, as he's still going to be quite a while off his mythic. As Sorry Maker probably has it in base, but looking to try and get this wave out. Doesn't want to give over any last minute plates, as those are falling off in about 30 seconds. There's not too much else to fight over on the map, but I'm sure these teams will find something.
I'm sure they'll find a reason to fight. These teams seem to want it. It's 8-8 and a 13-minute game so far, so they certainly like the kills on both sides and are certainly willing to trade one for one and hopefully get more gold on certain carries. But speaking of which, most of that gold for Glacial is on the top and the mid, where you have most of that gold basically sitting almost entirely on your jungler here for ReDefy. What situation do you like better if you're on either of these teams?
I feel like you can play around both. That's kind of the thing. The Aatrox is very, very strong. Swag might be able to 1v1 Nuguri Disciple. That's the only one who even comes close right now. But outside of that, you have to imagine that you like the pick potential of the Hecarim Karma Yumi combo a lot more, like they're looking onto J-Chow.
Yeah, there is the shockwave come through, but it doesn't stop Armored Maudad whatsoever. So they will just be able to back away from that one. The one thing I think about Orion is even if you don't have a ton of that gold, that ultimate can still come pretty effective later on. And one thing I kind of undersold a little bit, RD Dangle's in a good situation. 133 CS at 14 minutes and a kill. That is still good on a Kaisa too. It's not all on Swag right now. They got a good AD carry behind them too.
Most definitely. As long as Dangle can stay just a tad bit ahead of Maybe Ghost, he'll be pretty happy because
they're going forward and they want to get it done now. Like I said, they just want to fight. Swag gets on top of the Vayne and goes spotting, takes them out. Swag still trying to go forward here a little bit now. Will finally back away as their Ragnarok has ended. But yeah, sometimes you can just kind of do that. Playing AD carry sometimes isn't super fun when you see a Fed Olaf on the other side.
Well, didn't react to the burst enough, had the flash, didn't have the exhaust. It's coming up here in a second, but ReDefy are going to take that pick and transition it into a second tower after already taking the mid one. Now 2 outer towers broken. Even though it's only 1 kill advantage, they're going to have a pretty sizable gold lead, and ReDefy are looking really good going into this mid game. They just need to wait on a couple more item spikes. The Kai'Sa's going to be a little bit behind on the Mythic due to stopping for the Serrated Dirk to get the Q upgrade. Noriana's is going to be a lot more powerful. Interestingly enough, Karma did not go for the Moonstone either, decided to opt towards the Imperial Mandate, so just wanting more damage rather than the survivability aspect.
That's an interesting one. I do like the Imperial Mandate potentially, because maybe they just kind of feel like they lack some of the damage, but I don't know. You have Aatrox, you have Hecarim, you have Vayne. I feel like you're pretty happy with the damage you had in this game, so interesting choice.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes out. I am not, I feel like I've been too hard on both of those items on one side, so now I'm kind of in the middle and being like, okay, there's benefits to both. We'll see how they play out. I'm interested. I probably favor Moonstone a little bit theoretically this game, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm willing to be proven wrong.
There's still lots of experimentation, I think, with these items. I don't think we have it all solved yet
Absolutely
anyway,
not.
so there's certainly an argument to be made for that item still right now, and then obviously a pretty high level player fighting for it. But here we go, big team fights happening now. Watch it go front to back while the Hecarim is trying to get over towards the back line, but will not be able to make their way there. Finally, will ultimate in. A bunch of members are low right now, but like you said, big shockwave will start that off. Swag will pick up that kill, but maybe Ghost is now going to work. Got themselves 1 kill, but gets taken down by J-Chow. So here comes Nuguri's Disciple, though, going straight towards RD Dangle. Gonna pull Special K in, taking them out. He's got a Yumi on him. He's got a triple kill, and this Nuguri's Disciple is popping off.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Dangle didn't have the Gale Force for that team fight. He just got ran down by the Aatrox. Another thing he doesn't have, and trust me, it's hard to fit it in your build prior to this, but no healing reduction. Just the Bramble Vest up in the top lane. But I'm not sure Nuguri was really looking to hit Topopotamus in that team fight.
Teleport coming through, and now let's see if J-Chow and Topopotamus can win this 2v2 against Nuguri Disciple, who has the Yumi on them. It doesn't look good. Shutdown will come through. Dom Lost Gaming will pick up that kill. And Topopotamus is flirting with a ton of danger over here. No, it looks like someone's at a 30 HP, but that is Aatrox. So the rest of
Glacial Olaf, he wants to steal this though.
Exactly. He's just gonna jump in here. It's got the Ragnarok popped, and he's gonna slow up maybe Ghost while they continue to go forward over here. RD Dangle made their way back to the fight. It is a dragon secured right now for Glacial, but Armored Maudad will finally take out Swag. Sorry Maker does take a Topopotamus, and RD Dangle will be the next target for Nuguri's Disciple as we tune down here to see Special K getting taken down by Armored Maudad, and indeed RD Daniel did go down to Nuguri's Disciple, who's improved to 7-1-4 now, and this is a scary moment here for ReDefy.
Oh, ReDefy just gave up 8 kills in an attempt to grab that Infernal Dragon, and they didn't manage to secure it. Swag couldn't find the smite onto it. Armored Maudad had that one in the midst of all the chaos. I gotta say, Jay Chow played those fights generally really well.
Yeah.
Staying, I'm not sure. Did he go down in the first one? I think he did go down in the first.
I
Oh wait!
think so. Shockwave. Just doesn't
Okay.
do anything to Nuri's disable right now. To be completely honest, he's pretty low, but
More drinker miss.
playing with a decent amount of danger here. Jay Chow got himself down to about a third of their HP. Special K has arrived now in towards the mid lane, but the scary part is you always got to think about Hecarim and Ayumi could just run in at any moment.
Yep.
So you can't even like chase down Nuguri, who was down to pretty low health. You just have to leave it.
Yep, most definitely. Now Aatrox sitting on 2 items. I feel like this is going back to what you hearkened in draft. The Yumi just able to sit on whoever is fed, and right now that is Nuguri's disciple.
Yeah.
He is so strong, and I really want to see some offensive or targeted, I suppose, healing reduction coming out right now. Both top side and jungle have the Bramble Vest, but that's if Nuguri hits them.
Kaisa
Well-
had the ability to buy it on the last back, I think, and just opted not to, so that's a bit of a feels bad in that sense, but well, we'll see. Hopefully they get into it, because it's not enough to have one, especially not enough to have the one on your tank with how much healing's in this game, specifically this game, not even just League of Legends as a whole, but
Yeah.
it's tough skating for them right now.
Yep. I think Oriana just wants to get towards her completed Seraphs as quickly as possible and then looking for an Oblivion, but with how much fighting has been going on, it feels like that might be a worthwhile purchase. Dangle. They gotta be so careful with the pick
Yeah.
pressure of these champions. They have so much movement speed. The Karma throwing a shield on there. High
Honestly,
Spike
towers
showing
do
up.
so little with the healing and shield
Oh, yeah.
potentially coming through, so like you're not even safe underneath that tower. And speaking of not safe, top Anonymous has not been safe all game. About 20 CS away from being Flame Horizon here by Nuguri Disciple. But here comes Pie Spike coming to help. Unstoppable Force will knock up Nuguri Disciple for now. Let's see if it's going to be enough to take this man down. He's going to go crazy. He's going to pop off. No! Shut down comes in from Pie Swag. Nice gank here by the jungler, but they've now started the Baron over on the other side as they know that 2 members of ReDefy are towards bottom. They're doing this dragon relatively quick, or rather the Baron relatively quickly. Never mind, they're going to turn away from it, and they're just going to go straight to the 80
Dangle
carry.
lives!
Artie Dangle somehow is still alive. Special K's ultimate comes in huge to save their 80 carry. It might just mean Special K has to die down too. Oh, but that shield will be enough to force them backwards here. So somehow everyone lives through here. They've actually forced them off the Baron, and so great play right now for ReDefy.
Oh, ReDefy playing on the edge right there. They were a little bit behind. They went for the play. Nuguri had no choice but to hit a champion with anti-healing, and they were able to take him out. Now they're looking back. ReDefy's here, throws the axe, knows it's happening. Has Flash, has Smite. Has no Oriana Shockwave to help with the steal.
No ultimates available on the side of ReDefy, so maybe preventing them
Be a
earlier from the
50-50.
steal was just there. But Nuguri's able to jump over the wall, trying to take care of Ardangle. He's going to jump now over to his Pie Swag.
Oh,
he's
he
going to
stole
steal
it!
the Baron. He's got it now, but can they get out with at least most of their lives? Goes down Pie Swag, and here's a flash coming over the wall from the Disciple again with Yumi on them. Maybe Ghost is also going to chase down Special K, and know who's really good at chasing? It's this champion, but there is someone who's good at exploding 80 carries no matter how behind you are. Top of Anonymous is going to take them out, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 in that sense. But of course, Pie Swag dying earlier, but did get the all-important Baron.
I know there's so many more things that are way important to talk about in that team fight, but in Aegis Bami's not even Thornmail, the prior successor of the Thornmail, just one-shot the enemy AD carries.
Oh, speaking,
That's
not
rough.
quite a one-shot, but yeah, like 3 or 4, Artie Dangle comes in and helps take that one. But here's Armored Maudad, gonna make you not have any more fun. Artie Dangle, they go on a killing spree. And now they're focusing down top bottom of Smear, and it's not a whole lot they can do about it. They get a little bit of
Shockwave.
shield from Jay Chow. Shockwave does come through, but it misses. Top Modest will eventually go down here. Armored Maudad picking up that kill. Jay Chow trying to get up the Disciple. Look at that healing! I hate this game. Damn Lost Gaming ends up picking up that kill. They're trying to take down Nuguri's Disciple, but they just can't. Yumi is not a fair champion. Ragnarok pop for Pie Swag, but it just might mean you go to Valhalla, my dude. Ace comes in for Glacial Esports, and a clean one as they have taken them all down.
Oh, ReDefy had the advantage and then it slipped through their fingers. One Aatrox Q at a time. And that is the point where Dangle will go ahead and grab that Executioner's Calling, and J-Chow will pick up the Oblivion Orb. So now they have that, but 8, 2, and 10 on the Aatrox, and a double support item on both the mid laner, and probably Yuumi has double support items when they back as well. 2 Infernal Drakes over 2 Glacial. This game is an absolute... Fiesta's not the right word. Barn burner is something I'm gonna steal from my play-by-play yesterday.
There we go, yeah, and Nerdy's Disciples got themselves into decent trouble. You don't got Yuumi this time, so you're not just gonna suddenly go from 0 HP to full. They finally get taken down. A big shutdown, 2 in fact. So that's a nice little pick there from ReDefy. Does give them an avenue back in this game, but of course no objectives are up at this time.
Yeah, not going to be able to grab too much more out of that. They have an outer tower top lane that would be an easy objective to take if they want to grab that one, but even then they got to be a little bit careful about overextending onto the map. If they haven't been timing Nuguri Disciples teleport, they won't know that it's down right now, and those things get very, very hard to keep track of later into the games, especially when things have been as hectic as they are.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely wild one with 31 kills, or that's not how math works, 41 kills in this game, in a 25-minute game. It's been quite the ride for both of us, I would say. And man, I just go back to watching that health bar suddenly be full on Nuri's Disciple. Like Gore Drinker, Yuumi getting some shields, I'm sure prevented enough damage so that they could get all the way to that like full health. Like, man, I hate it. I just hate it so much.
Yeah, it is really, really rough here. And honestly, a big thing that I'm noticing here is how much Dangle is not getting involved in the team fights. He only has 4 kill participation out of the 17 that's happening, and while it's not necessarily like, oh, this is Dangle like throwing the game or anything, it's the fact that even though he's in a very good position, he's died a lot less than the enemy AD carry. He's down a full item right now.
Here's the fight. Trying to run away with the Ragnarok is once again it's Olaf trying to get out of there, but Armored Maudad will secure that kill. Top Quadrats will be the next target, and they can run straight at you. Yuumi again, Karma Shields again, means maybe Ghost is going to live through those tower shots. It doesn't even matter. Towers do not do anything at this point.
Yeah, and even though there's 3 members up top lane for Nuguri Disciple, they don't really have the go buttons on their team. So even if they do fancy that 1v3, they're not going to have the ability to take it unless Orianna gets a very nice snap shockwave. This is Glacial starting to pull ahead in this game. I feel like it's so hard for either of these comps to run away, by the way. I feel like Aatrox, Hecarim, Malphite, Olaf, like all of these champions are just designed to go in, and when one team's going in and one team's going out, I'm favoring the team that's charging forwards.
Speaking of charging forward, here's RD Dangle trying to deal with Nuguri Disciples' push over here in the top lane. Does have Special K behind them to potentially help here, but look how much damage they take from just a couple abilities from this Aatrox. PieSwag is behind 2 as well, so we'll see if they kind of keep going for this. Can potentially jump in on it. We'll use the R to get in there. RD Dangle's got Nuguri's Disciple down to half health, but they're still pretty strong, and again, they can heal so much of it pretty darn quickly, especially if they pop their ult too as well. They're getting polymorphed here, but it's not going to really matter too much. They're moving forward, and here comes the rest of Glacial Esports now. RD Dangle got themselves down to half health. The ultimate does come through from the Lulu to try to save him, but it will not be enough. PieSwag did kill Nuguri's Disciple, but here comes the rest of the fight. Nice ultimate coming in from top of Potamus. Could turn this one around. J-Chow's here to continue doing damage, and somehow PieSwag is still alive and killing people. He's got himself a double kill so far in this fight. Can Yuumi be enough for this horse to get away? It won't be. Triple kill. Let's call it 4. Can you give it to him? No, you won't. You're going to give the shutdown over to J-Chow, and that's totally fine, but that's a huge win and a huge ace for ReDefy.
Yeah, 10 seconds before Baron spawns as well. Second Baron of the game to go over to ReDefy. Hopefully they're able to reset a little bit better and use this one a lot stronger. It could put them on Soul Point. They're able to set up these waves and get over to the dragon quick enough. They definitely want to look at that. This could be a bit of a comeback, and I only use the word a bit because ReDefy were never that far out of it. Just felt like it was sliding a little bit. This will be really, really big. I wonder if Orianna even has 3 items off of that shutdown and fight. Because while PieSwag did pick up a triple kill, and he was definitely popping off, 4 items now on the Olaf. He's not getting a lot stronger, and you want to get some kills and some more power onto that Orianna, onto the Kai'Sa. A couple more assisting Kai'Sa's back pocket. Not going to be exactly what she's looking for, but what everyone is looking at right now is this Infernal Drake. They want to be set up on that oh so important soul point. Nuguri's Disciple on the front line. Looks like Yumi's on the vein for right now.
See where it kind of goes. Hector's coming in from the side, trying to make something happen here. Pieswag watching on the bottom screen. Top bottom does jump in, get maybe Ghost up. They are going to use that stopwatch and live for that time being. Pieswag will eventually take them out. Sorry, Maker now is just forced to run away. Nuguri's Disciples trying to fight them all off, but can he take on literally all of them? Eventually, Yumi does tag on Nuguri's Disciple, does save them. J-Chow, though, will finally find the kill. Damn Lost Gaming will take them out. It's a clean ace after a double kill from Pieswag. It's a dragon. They'll put themselves on soul point and an excellent opportunity to take the lead in this game.
Oh my goodness, with Baron buff they can at least get 1 tower off this, possibly easily 2. Mid and bot out inners, excuse me, will go ahead and fall right after the dragon. They've got a couple jungle camps to take as well. I don't think they're going to push inhibitor lines. That feels a little risky to me. I'll have to see how ReDefy are feeling. They're going to step up here. Sorry Maker and maybe Ghost have respawned. They will be shortly followed by their companions. How much can you get and get out? You do not want to be caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, definitely. And big ups to top bottoms in that fight. That ultimate was gigantic. Who cares if you're Flame Horizon by the enemy top laner? If you do that in a team fight, you can still win the game for your team. And that's just going to prove anyone playing this champion, like, yeah, you could be pretty far behind and still be extremely relevant. And of course, J-Chow putting on work in that fight too, as well as you mentioned, somehow lived through a bunch of that onslaught. Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch that fight maybe later. It's kind of nutty that they lived and they all lived.
J-Chow wasn't in the fight. J-Chow got chased up to the Grump by the Hecarim and somehow just survived a straight 1v1 with him, walked away with 1 HP. Hecarim tried to join his team, but it was already down, and then J-Chow popped out towards the end of the fight and took out the Aatrox. So that was a really... I didn't unfortunately catch what he did to survive. There must have been a fantastic shockwave. And I'm really surprised that ReDefy were able to have such a... Oh, true. I'm really surprised ReDefy had such a teamfight win when the shockwave wasn't there. It speaks volumes to how much top-bottom assault really matters.
Baby Ghost trying to get something done here. Gonna run towards Pieswag, get him to half health. There goes Ragnarok, but they just run into Armor Modad over on the other side. Special K has gone down pretty low. Maybe we'll try to finish them off. They will be able to do so. Pieswag, meanwhile, is still alive here, but that ultimate is ending for them shortly here. RD Dangle does eventually pick up the Bane. They're gonna go golden and survive for another couple moments here. Look at that shield on Armored Modad right now. But RD Dangle is trying to get some damage done, trying to kite, but will not be enough. Armored Modad will take him out. Nurgly's Disciple, meanwhile, gets the taken out by Pieswag, and now Pieswag's looking towards the next target. Does get the ball from Orianna, and they're going to keep walking at you. Armored Modad, you got a Yumi on you, but it ain't going to be enough. You don't get the damage on you. Double kill comes in now for J-Chow. They take them out. They're looking to teleport towards his bot lane and finish this one off.
15 seconds on maybe Ghost. Pieswag's running down here as well. They might go for the game. They might just go for a double inhib and 1 Nexus tower. Maybe Ghost is going to have flash. No, it looks like they're looking onto the Nexus towers. Need to hit that bot one first. Get the minions to move over. Pieswag a little bit unoptimal. 2v2 here. Can they focus the Nexus? They're looking for the fight.
They're trying to find this 2v. Nice flash to get out of J-Chow's ultimate there for maybe Ghost, but it's not enough to deal with Pieswag too as well. J-Chow then just basically 1v1s on the other side, and they win this game in beautiful comeback fashion. And yeah, like you were saying, it's not like they were so crazy far behind that it's just like this miracle comeback, but it was still a comeback that they had to stay focused because they lost a few team fights in a row before that key dragon fight where they suddenly aced them. So great focus from ReDefy, great mentals on this team as they're looking to continue the series strong.
Yeah, this was not a solo queue game, because if you have a solo queue game where you lose 8, maybe 9 members on a single dragon fight that you respawn just ran back to and lost the fight again, you tilt and UFF that one. ReDefy stayed in it. They played towards their compositional. J-Chow had a fantastic game. Pieswag, healing is a fantastic. healing is a fantastic thing in League of Legends. That's the
I
overall
disagree. I
moral.
hate it, but as we kind of maybe overstated at this point, but well, that's good. Game 1 win here. Let's see if Glacial Esports what they got in Game 2 as we move into our second game of the best of 3. We're gonna take a quick break here at the Risen Esports Champions League. We'll be back with more action between ReDefy Esports and Glacial Esports. So we'll see you soon.
Join the madness when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A soul array of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last fight. Can we bring to fall the giants? 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 We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A soul array of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the
All right, welcome folks. Rather, I called you forks. Apparently, I'm hungry. We got ReDefy Esports at Glacial Esports here again, up 1-0 now as ReDefy. They're going to move over towards the blue side, and we're seeing kind of the same bans they banned the first time. Seraphine and Camille so far. Heimerdinger and Hecarim being banned from Glacial this time. They of course ran that champion last time, and they will also take out the Olaf. So we're going to see some different junglers in this game for sure.
Yeah, definitely not wanting to give up either of those junglers, but like I said in the first draft, ReDefy have a massive priority onto the Galio, and that will be picked up right now. Curious if the Kai'Sa will go over to the other side? Yeah, okay. Meta things happen for the first couple picks, and I can look smart, and then everything goes out the window.
Yeah, and then they pick Yuumi again.
Quite possible, possible.
But they get Echo, which is pretty strong mid laner or jungle flex, really, at this point still, I would say. So they got that over on the other side. We'll see what the response is for ReDefy.
I'd have to check their jungler's account again to be 100% sure, but if their accounts are any indication, this will be an Echo mid lane, one of his most played, I think, the past 2 seasons or something. So I expect that one to be going towards the mid lane. Jin pick will come through. Another meta-stable jungler. This is pretty much how they responded to the Kai'Sa in Game 2 last time. And Topopotamus will get Poppy. If anybody knows this guy, he loves the Poppy. He's always
Yeah.
slamming on it. After a fantastic lose lane win game kind of scenario where Topopotamus, and not in the bad way, he did not
He
get
he he
carried.
had to
He
do that.
carried
Like, you know
from
what I
his
mean?
position. It was
Yeah,
a really, really nice game out of him. I'm
yeah.
glad to see him feeling himself. Gonna pick up the Poppy. Stops a lot already. Stops the Kai'Sa R. Stops the
Mhm.
Echo E. Stops the
Mhm.
Leona E. So a lot of value already in those first 3 picks. I'll
Mhm.
have to see how Topopotamus is able to play the lane out. Those bans are gonna come out here probably towards the mid lane and the jungle, I would imagine.
Yeah, one jungle ban so far. At least Lilia is taken down. So that pretty impactful scaling jungler we won't see on this one. And right now we got a big front line in front of this Jhin. I wonder what additional damage is going to be aided to, of course, what's going on the other side. So we practically see some carry top or carry jungle performance coming through again. The Aatrox will be banned out this time because, well, they played it real good. Did no disciple last game, so they don't want to see or deal with that again. Nunu will be the other ban here, so trying to make sure they don't just have the impossible front line to walk through on the ReDefy side.
Definitely. 5 jungle bans coming out before any jungler are picked, assuming the Echo does go into the mid lane.
Mhm.
I'm really curious if Glacial are fishing for a jungle counter pick that they really want to hard abuse, or if they're just looking to pick the strongest available one in their opinion towards the end. As we get a misban there, maybe we'll get to know what that is. Maybe not. Such is the nature of Pro Draft. We can just continue forward wondering what may be.
Fiora.
Fiora ban. All right, thank you very much.
All right, there we
So
go.
double top lane ban. Um, interesting because I actually expected it to be the other way around, where blue side
Ooh,
was banning junglers and red side was banning mids. And okay,
Darius. All right.
that's
All right.
interesting.
Well,
Nuguri
we saw,
disciple.
yeah, he's not Nuri's disciple, wants to carry, and with not even a lot of resources. That first game, they got like one gank, and then they just kind of took it over from there. So I think they're feeling like I can do that again. This guy is on Poppy now. I'm gonna just slap him this time. But I will note though that Poppy does have a lot of disengage to kind of like to deal with potentially that Darius or everything else that's going on in this team. So that'll be interesting there. We are seeing the Karthus now lined up over here for ReDefy, so that scaling mage is going to be available for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another Orianna pick. It doesn't pair well with the Karthus right now, but you could use a little bit of disengage coming out of the mid lane right now. It's just kind of on Poppy and Galio, and they might have to sacrifice their lives right now if too much stuff
Syndra.
runs from. Okay, the Syndra E helps out a good bit. Also doesn't pair well with the Karthus. You like to have the Karthus being the sole source of ability power damage. That's not going to be the case. It's not going to be the end of the world either. It's Kha'Zix, so that
So
R5 jungle.
does that make this a Karthus support? What Poppy's? What's
No,
happening?
Galio support.
Oh, it'll be Galio support. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of
There
sense.
you
Sorry, I was thinking Galio mid this whole time. So
go.
I was just like,
Okay.
yeah, my brain went other places by accident. But anyway, Kha'Zix, the solo queue terror right now, ends up being the jungler chosen by Glacial Esports. Maybe after a loss, they're just picking comfort over there and trying to get into them. So they got tons of damage kind of on both sides. So we saw an explosive game one, and potentially there's still potential for a lot of explosion this year with less healing.
Yeah.
Thankful for
Oh
me.
yeah, a lot less. Still have some, of course, because it's still League of Legends.
Just like
But
regen and stuff, yeah.
Darius Q.
Oh, Kaza
Okay.
is actually Shyvana, by the way. So that is just a
Ah.
visual error there. So never mind. That solo queue error won't be there,
Hmm.
but what they will get is the artillery AP potentially from that. Unless they just had to build it a different way, but they do need a little bit of AP damage on the team, so maybe it's that.
Well, they got Echo. Kaisa does a bit of mixed. It
That's true.
does
That's true.
put
That's true.
more damage profile on the Darius. Darius prefers it when people aren't building armor, so it's not
Mhm.
a horribly bad thing. And I was going to point this is really nice because the fact that you have very immobile carries in the Jin and the Syndra.
Mhm.
Shyvana, similar, not quite the same, but the ease will be very easy to land. No flashes are up. Jin probably going for the Gale Force, so he'll have that as well to dodge out of the way. But that'll be very interesting. Very, very different comps coming out here in game 2.
Hmm.
ReDefy a lot of things that I have seen before. The big thing that I want to point out is, and they've made this mistake before, unfortunately, is Swag on the Karthus is a very different look. He wants
Oh
to
yeah.
slow the game down a little bit. The problem is there was 3 or 4 fights in between his ults cooldowns, and
Hmm.
he couldn't be nearly as effective in all those little skirmishes. We'll have to see if ReDefy can control the pace of the game a little bit more, play around their big ultimates in the Galio, in the Karthus, because Special K, by the way, pops off on this Galio every time I see him get it. I'm
Yeah.
expecting big things.
What I kind of think is funny about the switch from going from Olaf to going to Karthus on Python, like they went from champion that goes in there and lives forever. Now they're going, I'm gonna go in there and die. It's
Immediately.
potentially
And that's my plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. Exactly. So it's just like it was weird opposites, and it's kind of cool to see a jungler that flexible, because normally sometimes you see it a jungler like, I'm a tank jungler or I'm a Lee Sin player or whatever they are, right? And they don't have this kind of versatility. Swag brings that versatility to ReDefy, and that's huge for the team because it allows them to do stuff like lock in a bunch of tanks to start, and then they go, okay, we need some more damage. We can get that AP jungler from Swag, and they can just do that for us anytime.
Absolutely. He's a very, very versatile jungler. A lot of different matchups he's familiar with. Karthus Shyvana might be one of the ones he's very unfamiliar with, though, because I haven't seen Shyvana, especially the AP variant, either variant, really, I suppose, taking a lot of prevalence. So I'm very, very excited to see how Maudad plays that one. The other thing I'm very interested in is this mid lane matchup. A lot of people might hearken on Jade Chow for taking the Syndra into Echo matchup.
Mhm.
You've got a lot of people on both sides of the matchup. On paper, black and white, the way people like to see it is that the Syndra has priority, has kill potential pre-6, and after 6, the Echo takes over the matchup. I think it's a little
Mhm.
bit more nuanced than that,
Yeah.
and generally we're going to see a lot of fighting around mid lane again, so a lot can throw spanners
Yeah.
into that works. Syndra is fantastic at the early skirmishes, gonna have the early push priority as long as he plays the lane properly. I think that's going to be the
Mhm.
biggest thing. Securing Swag his early jungle route, not getting invaded on, not losing too much
Mhm.
in the early game. Because you look at the enemy team, Darius, Leona, Kaisa, this team will stomp you if they get ahead.
Yeah, especially if they get the 6 first. That it'll be dangerous. So we're gonna take a quick break while we wait for the competitive integrity pause. But we'll be back with more ReDefy Esports versus Glacial Esports here on Risen Esports Champions League in a few moments. So we'll see you soon. And we're back with more ReDefy Esports action here against Glacial Esports in the Risen Esports Champions League. ReDefy went up 1-0 after a banger of a first game. We were still talking about it off air because we were just like buzzing about how crazy that game was. And then we got to jump straight into this next game. You got to forget about that and you got to win another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Still got the smile on my face from all that fighting, excitement, and action, rather. Getting here into game 2. See, Modad went ahead and put down a defensive ward. Actually, both junglers went ahead, put down a defensive ward on the side that they are starting, which is normally not how you see it. But the Karthus being afraid of the invade is very valid, and maybe Shyvana having flashbacks to what happened in game 1 doesn't want to do the same thing here.
Yeah, they're just gonna play this one safe, and we touched on it just before, kind of going into the break. There, it does feel like ReDefy have to have a stable early game, and then they easily outscale in this one if it kind of gets to that point. But they have to not get bullied early on, and they got a lot of people that can bully on the enemy team. And like I said, they hit 6, they just wombo into there. It's not really a wombo combo, but everyone just pressing R is pretty good on Glacial, and it could be very, very dangerous for ReDefy.
Definitely. Sorry Maker doing pretty okay in this early lane phase. Usually it's a little bit rougher. Zenith Blade comes out. Oh, Taunt misses everything. That's bad.
Lost Gaming going straight towards RD Dangle right now, but ends up just being kind of a decent trade where you take a decent amount of damage on Glacial Esports, but there's someone to RD Dangle themselves. So they'll continue to try to push this in. I know they potentially want to try to push this in and get a cheater back in because it's a good advantage for Jin early. But here's Special K. They've hit 2 first, so they're trying to get on top of Lost Gaming, but they're going to get behind here. Special K will knock up maybe Ghost. And again, finally hitting level 2 now is Glacial Esports there, but that was a dangerous situation. That could have been a really nice early kill.
Yep, most definitely. Does force the heal out of the Kaisa and the flash out of Damlost just for the ignite on Special K though. So feeling really good, and something we did not get the chance to touch on yet, but that early trade could have been a lot more devastating. But Dangle has boots and 4 pots, so he's healing a lot.
W hits. He's going to root him up for a moment there. Downless Gaming trying to run away here. Maybe Ghost doing a decent amount of damage. Flash will come through from Special K. They'll avoid the W from maybe Ghost. And nice trading going on the bot lane. They're getting some action. That's the kind of like the one lane that can kind of just like fight early and fight often because of the champions that are there. Whereas like we were saying that everywhere else kind of needs to stabilize, but you could certainly fight like that right now.
My goodness, Highspike had a really nice clear time. I hadn't noticed it till now, but he's done and already in the bot lane at 320. That's very good clear speed on the Karthus. He's just kind of here. I'm not sure why he's kind of here, but he's kind of here, you know?
Here.
Doesn't have a lot of other things to do. The scuttles just spawned.
Yeah. He's just waiting for the scuttle. I'm just going to annoy them while we're here. Might as well. Interestingly enough here, Lost Gaming looking like they potentially want to Hex Flax and make a play here. The Hex Flax is charging up, they're jumping down. E comes out, RD Dangle does dodge it with their own flash, and then comes in Special K. They're trying to focus down maybe Ghost here, but Special K's got themselves in a little bit of danger here. RD Dangle's got the 4-shot available. Can you shoot it down onto Lost Gaming? They take them out. RD Dangle, Special K, make it done.
Very, very nice. I'm kind of holding my breath for a deadly flourish here. Now, doesn't tag onto maybe Ghost. He'll be able to recall and get away now. Topoponymous taking a bad trade here, but Nuguri's Disciple does not have much mana to continue the trade. No teleport on the top laner this time around, going for those offensive summoners in the Flash Ghost combination. Means that Topoponymous is going to have to play very, very careful, but now all those fights that were double TP'd into not going to have the same. Ooh, sorry Maker could be in trouble.
Coming down here, J-Chow and Pi Swag are here to fight them. They're going to try to flash to get out. Can J-Chow continue this chase? Does have flash themselves, but it would put them on their tower in a bad situation. Here's Armored Modad now, going to get here onto J-Chow. Like you said, we're kind of in that situation where they're almost 6 on the other side. They can kind of flirt with danger right now, but it's coming close to that point where they probably want to start backing off on these fights.
Quite possibly here. Very nice of Pi Swag to stay and push out the wave. That way J-Chow can get a nice recall off. Very good things coming out there. Tangle flirting there, but knowing that there are no flashes, no ignites, no summoners up currently for anyone except for the ignite on his own support. So not too in danger. Gonna pick up a decent amount of that farm and will be fairly ahead. I gotta say, sorry, Maker, making it through this early lane phase up in CS. Does have the minion dematerializer, has just been focusing out on pushing the wave with the Q, but it's been, dodging a lot of J Chow's early harass. He's been playing the lane fairly well, looking good while doing it. Not as much action as last time, not too much to go over, just quickly glancing on the minimap to see where things are going, but both junglers seem pretty content to just farm up very, very quickly. Do you see attack speed item on Shyvana? I'm assuming, I actually don't know, I'm assuming that goes into an Asher's, but I could be wrong.
Continue to monitor to see that. They're getting some dragon fight going on here. Here comes PieSwag jumping in and smiting that dragon, and then they'll continue the fight going the other way. Switch K has taken out Armored Maudad. Maybe Ghost is the next target. ReDefy should be able to pick this one up pretty easily. Gonna be able to count to 4 and take them down. Damn Lost Gaming is just gonna run away, and a nice play by ReDefy sets them up 3-0 in this game, and potentially looking at the sweep.
Yeah, ReDefy is looking really, really well. We were talking about the fact that they just needed a solid early game to get into their scaling now. They're ahead, 3-0, up a dragon and 1.3k here in this early game. Doing really, really well. Bright side for Glacial is the Darius in the top side, who crashed a big wave and already had a little bit of a CS lead thanks to Topoponymous teleporting down. That top lane will be very, very rough for Topoponymous, but we've seen him be extraordinarily effective outside of the lane. Oh, that could be bad.
And Special K's can jump on them, but the Helms Gaming will jump the other way. ReDefy's got themselves pretty low, but still will pick up the kill. And then I believe has the HP to be able to walk out of that one. Sorry Maker now is trying to get the kill onto PieSwag. They'll at least get that one done. We actually turn back onto the bot lane as here comes the ultimate, and maybe Ghost will take out Special K, but ReDefy gets the last laugh. They improved to 4-0-1 in the mid lane. J Chow did take out Sorry Maker 2 as well, so action all over this map.
Yeah, speeding up quite a bit, but it's still going in ReDefy's favor. I was about to make the point that they need to make sure not to get too ahead of themselves and play into the enemy comp's strengths. Oh, that's bad from Topoponymous. Okay, lands the ult, he's fine.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying a little bit, where they're on a different champion here. And like, yeah, sure, they're still down 30 CS here, but they're able to kind of get that disengage that they potentially need to kind of like not let this matchup slide as heavily as it did the last time. And I have a lot of respect for Topoponymous, who's kind of just playing weak side top lane, trying to just survive and then being relevant for their team later. It's not an easy position to be in, especially when you see the other top laner just picking carries and coming at you. But they're handling it as best they can right now. And yeah, they're behind, but it's expected for them to be a little bit behind.
Yep, definitely. J Chow gonna stick around in lane, not take a base after that kill. Means he's sitting on a little bit of gold, but he's gone for very just efficient early items, not rushing towards that mythic. PieSwag might be in trouble. No ghost, but flash.
No Greed Disciple's gonna jump on top. PieSwag will go down. The ultimate from No Greed Disciple will just blow them up here, and post-death isn't gonna be able to do much there either. So just kind of an unfortunate situation for PieSwag to walk right into.
Yep, definitely doesn't have the... Isn't really ever going to have the push from his top laner in this matchup, so being that far up in the river was a little bit dangerous. Both mid laners fighting, just so happened enemy jungler was around. Sorry Maker is making his way down to the bot side. No teleport on J Chow.
They're trying to fight this one aggressively. Look how high Damwon's Gaming got knocked up there. And here comes the ultimate too as well. ReDefy will pick up that kill and then try to make their way over towards the bottom of the map and try to potentially just get out of here. They will also get that one. The ultimate comes through from the Karthus. That will get them pretty low. And here's the curtain call. One of them hit. Can they figure out the rest of this? Does grab them. ReDefy secures that one. Is now 6-0-1 on a Jhin, facing a team that doesn't really have tanks. So that's scary.
Yeah, the Dangle is getting out of control on this Jhin pick. Like you noted, 6-0. Gale Force completed before this fight, so he's doing quite well. No mana on Nuguri means that Topoponymous is going to be pretty fine right now just to push this wave out, get a base off on the siege wave. Probably what he's looking for. Does have to be careful. There's a lot of people coming top, but it looks like he can sense that. A little bit of a sixth sense on this weak side. Top laner. Looks like he's used to this or something.
yeah, just playing his role the way for them to be played here. And look at all these plates already taken down from RG Dangle. Not only 6-0-1 is potentially going to have all plates here before the 12-minute mark to continue this push here. So really impressive stuff by this bot lane. They're up 40 CS2 as well. That's basically 2 kills. They're really rolling on here. Dragon spawning here in 30 seconds. They got infinite priority on that right now, and this is a really good situation for ReDefy. And again, as long as they continue to stabilize over that top lane, they're just on the path to victory here. And
Sorry Maker is between his jungle and 3 enemy. This could be bad. I'm not sure who it's going to be bad for.
Yeah, we'll just watch it and watch it play out. Sorry Maker jumps over the wall of the Dragon Pit, but they will meet the rest of ReDefy. J-Chow will knock them down. Didn't even have to use any ultimates or anything, so that's still available for this Dragon if it does end up getting contested, but I don't know how you can contest it right now through Glacial. That's why Special K and RD Dangle, they're just here to force them out. He's going to Gale Force forward, get on top of maybe Ghost, did not get the stun off, only the slow, and the slow is not enough to slow down RD Dangle. They got themselves a kill. The Deadly First will miss that one, so unfortunately they don't get to stop Downloss Gaming quite yet, but someone can press R here. A couple of them can press R there, and that's what happens. And you have the kill once again go to RD Dangle, 8-0-1.
Doing so well. Top Eponymous with a really nice roam down there, securing that objective for his team. Spotting out the Echo very crucially. Sorry Maker teleported in.
They really want the shutdown on RD Dangle, but is it even worth going for? They will get it. But will the fight continue on here? Spike unfortunately is pretty low on mana, so that makes it harder for themselves. The Sorry Maker actually might be able to pick up this kill. They're actually going to flash away. Armored Maudad, though, is in ultimate form, can do tons of damage with that ability. Armored Maudad will pick up that one. Meanwhile, Eponymous might get this kill on Nordry disabled. Never mind, won't. But of course, the Karthus ultimate will secure it in the end. But that's a 3-for-1 for Glacial Esports, and this game is not done yet.
Absolutely not. Glacial starting to punch back here. Sorry Maker with a nice TP to get the fight rolling. Didn't go down even though it looked a little scary. And the big news is the 1,000 gold shutdown that went onto Armored Maudad. Be very, very, very strong when he completes a base here. Probably mythic and a half if I had to guess. Will be a very big force on the map, and we'll have to see if he's able to transition that into any more of a lead for his team. Right now, I feel like it's all on ReDefy, and again, they like these fights. They are ahead, don't get me wrong. They just need to space them out and pace themselves a little bit more. They've got both their dragons underneath their belt. They've got a Rift Herald spawning sometime, maybe? I'm not sure when the Rift Herald's spawning, to be very honest with you, but they've got objectives. They are stronger on the map. They just need to make sure not to slip up in between those because, like we've pointed out a lot, they scale out. They're going to win this game as long as they don't make mistakes is how it feels, which is a pretty good spot to be in at 13 minutes, realistically.
And the one thing to note, and the biggest clue probably would have been press the attack, Armored Maudad is going for the AD build of Shyvana too,
true.
So it's actually not the AP one that we alluded to a little bit earlier, so that actually makes it nicer for RD Dangle in the sense that like you're not just afraid of getting randomly blown up when you stand in your ultimate, right? So it does further contribute because that's the one that scales super well for Shyvana is the AP build, I feel like. But AP kind of fell off in a little bit of favor for the Shyvana when she was one of the few users that really liked Runic Echoes, to be completely honest. So that not being there, they decided to go towards the AD build. They got themselves their Blade of the Rune King now there on that champion. But Blade of the Rune King feels kind of bad when you're behind on Shyvana, so we'll see how that works out for them.
I mean, I feel like Maudad is going to get himself into a point where he can 1v1 just about anybody. But this AD build definitely not going to feel as strong in the team fights. We'll have to see how it goes. Trinity Force or okay. Shirelia's on the Galio.
Ooh. Yeah, they're trying to run at them, trying to shut down. Not shut down in the terms of getting more gold for it, but just trying to kill him. But he's able to back up from that one. Said that in the most convoluted way. But here comes the rest of Glacial Esports to force the rest of them back.
3v3 up in the top side, top Eponymous. Okay.
Oh, there's the ultimate. Downloss Gaming trying to jump with that, but Pie Swag goes golden. Nice use of the stopwatch on that one. They're going to continue this fight over here. Special K is going to be able to use the ultimate space to get away, but maybe Ghost is going to jump in, trying to make big plays happen. That Q does tons of damage. They'll pick themselves up a kill, but Jin will get 2 more. Here comes the Karthus ultimate. Bam's going to help blow you up. triple kill now comes through for RD Dangle as we tune back into the bot lane. Actually, Sorry Maker and top bottom is just kind of slapping each other.
Yeah, most definitely. There was the power of that 1v1 for the Shyvana. Found it onto J-Chow. Flashless on the Syndra. Not sure if he elected for phase rush this game. I believe he did, but I'll have to double check when he respawns. Just now grabs his Ludens. We haven't really talked about it yet, but I'm starting to realize, especially with the AD Shyvana build, just how many split pushes are on a single team for Glacial Esports right now. They have the Echo, Darius, and Shyvana who can all opt into being into the side lane. So we'll have to see if they're able to use that to pull ReDefy away from these team fights. But 30 seconds on the Dragon, that's where all the members are going currently. Topopotamus is gonna go ahead, sync his TP with the timer for the Dragon. That way there's no chance of that being down for the next one. Gonna be here nice and early for the setup. Stun hits!
Oh, J-Chow, beautiful stun. Follow up from RD Dangle will get them to run away. I finished them off there, but Armored Mod Dad here is being zoned out by Topopotamus, and Topopotamus taking a decent amount of damage here. E goes down for Damloss Gaming. That won't be available for a few moments here. They're trying to jump forward to get into now. Sorry Maker is trying to fear from the side. Going to use the ultimate and get something done there, but Topopotamus will take out Armored Mod Dad. Almost going down is maybe Ghost. They're going to be forced to just back away, but position right now on this Dragon here for ReDefy. Damloss Gaming is right there trying to get something. Oh, that's so much damage from a single auto attack from Jin. Happens right now. Topopotamus will then clean up that kill. Nogri's Disciple is trying to hold him off here. Here comes back maybe Ghost. Does blow up J-Chow to just get blown up themselves. They trade each other's lives as Sorry Maker then takes out Special K. 3-4-2 right now in favor of ReDefy. Nogri's Disciple is onto this Dragon, and here comes JD Dangle. Gonna use that curtain call to try to slow down the roll of Nogri's Disciple, but he's gonna get jumped on now by Sorry Maker.
Oh!
The kill does come through for Topopotamus, but it gets traded over here. Nogri's Disciple gets taken them down, and an ace ends up happening, and 19-15 is the kill score, but that definitely felt like it was good for Glacial.
Yeah, Glacial definitely happy with that one, and that's pretty much how they have to play team fights. Come in at a bunch of different angles, you know, threaten J-Chow, threaten Dangle, who do not have the most mobility of any champion. You saw Dangle had his ultimate that entire fight, but he was just too afraid to sit in one place for too long. Was being pincered from a lot of different places, a lot of different people.
Ooh.
Armored Mod Dad should be fine here, about to have ult up.
Oh, messed up on the
Okay.
blast code, but Flash will get that.
That was actually J-Chow who popped the blast code.
Oh, actually, good call.
That was really good from him.
Well, we tune into the mid lane as RD Dangles. Got 2 levels there on Damloss Gaming, so Damloss Gaming is going to back off now. And right now, this game, while it kind of looked like it was just going to be all ReDefy early and often, it has been pretty back and forth since. It's only a 400 gold lead. To note, we do feel like they scale better on the blue side anyway, so it's actually not bad. But considering how this game started, it's certainly a lot closer.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer, and I think that's just Glacial hitting their first items and having powerful tools on their champions just in their kits. You know, Sorry Maker can go for plays over and over and over again. Nuguri Disciple is still ahead of anyone in a 1v1. Armored Dad still ahead of anyone in a 1v1. J-Chow should be fine, does have the phase rush. Oh, misses the stun, unfortunately. So now he's in threatened to getting dived because he missed that stun and wasn't able to return damage after the fact. Unfortunate for him, but it doesn't look like he's going to lose too much. Maybe this top tower at most. Pieswag going to rotate over here. Rift Herald, the only objective on the map. See, Topopotamus does not have the teleport, so he's rotating up here, meaning that ReDefy might be looking for another fight to take. J-Chow did not actually base, even though he has the teleport available. See Nuguri's Disciple coming up here. Pieswag's going to get collapsed on.
They're going to get jumped on and will be blown up almost immediately. Sorry Maker securing that here, but here comes JD Dangle and Special K. They've been the duo of the hour, and they're trying to continue that now. RD Dangle's trying to get close to them, but the speed from Gale Force isn't enough for them to collapse on that quite yet, but ReDefy is positioning pretty aggressively here. Wants to get on Sorry Maker. He's got a Gale Force in. Now he's the curtain call and secure that kill. He's going to want to try to back off here because Nurgle's Disciple is trying to come and kill them, but they're going to protect this 80 carry who's going to do some decent amount of damage, but he does eventually go down despite them taking out Nurgle's Disciple, so maybe Ghost now takes over this fight. They pick themselves a double kill. They move forward. Armored Maudad takes down Topopotamus, and now they can go and do this, Baron.
Yeah, Baron just spawned here a little bit before, and now Glacial, with their eyes on the prize, they're just finding these skirmishes over and over and over again. Swag unable, I don't believe he had the Zonias at the current time. If he did, wasn't able to get it off, wasn't able to get a Galio ult on top of that. Special K, well, he has been front and... Oh, wait, they're going to contest this here with teleport. Oh, wait, that's Sorry Maker.
Yeah, Sorry Maker just coming in here. Swag just kind of going for the steal. We'll at least get this kill over there. Almost tried to be stolen by Special K. But they get that as a consolation prize, I suppose. But now we have a gold lead on Glacial Esports. They're up 800 and have that Baron, and certainly have a lot of ways to win this game now at this point. They've done a good job to climb themselves back into this one. And one of the scary things right now for ReDefy is, yeah, you have a really fit Jhin, which is obviously super, super awesome. But realistically, every other member of your team is actually a little bit behind every other member of the enemy team. So it really comes down to how well they can protect the Jhin in fights, which is sometimes a pretty tough thing to do for the mobile 80 carry, especially when they use the Gale Force to secure a kill initially. Meanwhile, Topopotamus here got into a little bit of low HP situation, ultimate used by Special K to keep him up.
Okay, there. That was just a lot of things, yeah.
Krugs, you're dangerous.
Going around. Yeah, I think Glacial are really showing me, though, that their comp, while it gets outscaled in a traditional team fight sense, they have just a lot of ways to win this game, and that's why Baron is really scary, because they have a lot of split pushers. Not really moving into a split push, though. Grouping up right now for this drag and want to even out the drag scores. I don't know if they really want this, though. J-Chow has teleport, but no, okay, they're just giving up this dragon. Swag is topside. He's going to go ahead and farm up the enemy Krugs. They might get a pick onto Sorry Maker if he's not careful here. Might think he's alone. Now he knows he's not.
Sorry Maker just walks to that bush and then kills Swag.
He has Zonias, man.
Yeah, I think even if you use it, you just die right after there too anyway. Potentially, that's a tough call. J-Chow is right there. Maybe can help him. I don't know.
Sorry Maker definitely does a lot of bursts right now. Topopotamus might be in trouble here.
They're over here, but they do have JD Dangle to come help. They're going to get caught up on to maybe Ghost. That means they get taken out. RD Dangle will flash away. So potentially that'll be the kill they get here. But here's the curtain call. Going to slow down Nogri's Disciple. And now J-Chow coming in from the side. Special K trying to get on top of them. Would have been a beautiful 3-man hit to knock them all up. But they narrowly avoid that. And while they're in this kind of sketchy part of the jungle, RD Dangle is pretty aggressively up and forward. They're trying to get towards them. Special K, though, is going to protect the 80 carry, like I said. And here comes the Karthus ultimate, who's going to do tons of damage and secure the kill. RD Dangle will then blow up the next target. That is Damn Lost Gaming. So that's a nice 3-4-1, but a tower goes down in the top lane, so it's pretty much a wash.
Yep, definitely. ReDefy not too unhappy just about the fact that they're kind of losing the objectives, though. The Baron and the Dragons going over to the enemy team. Swag gets his own blue buff as a small objective win, though. And ReDefy,
maybe Ghost.
That seems like a bad idea.
That is a wee bit of a ambitious play, let's call it.
I'm not even sure he wins that. Like,
no,
Jhin has IE.
I don't see the world that worked out for maybe Ghost, to be completely honest with you. But hey, sometimes you had to do them. I guess
that's the Kaisa syndrome. Is that what we're calling it nowadays?
Yeah, I guess you got to. Oh boy. It's funny when I hit a W and I'm playing Kaisa and then I'm on comms and my friend says like, do it. I have to do it no matter what, right? So maybe that was one of those situations where someone said do it and he's like, okay.
Well, now you told me to.
Not my
now
call.
It's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. getting into this game, going a little bit longer, or should be going a little bit longer than we expect here. Two not Mountain Drakes, Mountain Soul this map, but I'm not even going to get to my point because we're going to get a fight on the bot
big
side.
fight here. Sorry Maker, look at that damage in such a short period of time, but J-Chow is actually somehow still alive. Sorry Maker's going to use their ultimate to jump right back here, but now they got to deal with all 4 members blowing them up. But here's Noguri, the Disciple, getting over there, taking out J-Chow, Armor Forward and Dom swimming. In fact, the whole team of Glacial have made it their way here now. Maybe Ghost will pick up that kill, and they're trying to keep this going forward here. They got him surrounded here, and Jin will go down. Despite the GA saving them for a moment, it won't be enough. And maybe Ghost now. That's the play I don't mind as much. He's trying to get that one there, but did not quite get the kill. And then dodges special K. Maybe Ghost showing off some nice mechanics here on the Kaisa. Maybe wanting to prove that they're a little bit better than that previous club. But yeah, there's a win there for Glacial Esports, 3-1.
And Glacial are just finding all the fights they need to, and Dangle is just not set up in this game right now. He's so strong, does so much damage, but every fight is just the same thing. Leona's ulting on top of him, Zenith blading onto him, Echo charging, Shyvana charging, Nuguri's Disciple has Flash Ghost and Stridebreaker, and Dangle just cannot get away.
Yeah, and it really feels like if ReDefy can just get into a quote-unquote proper front-of-back kind of team fight, they should just win it, right? But they've been really, really messed up by some angles that Glacial Esports have taken it. Really, really good play by Sorry Maker. Like, I know you see 5 and 5 and you're like, it's not that great, but he's really been very disruptive in team fights, which kind of allowed everyone else to kind of keep them up. And while none of their scores are particularly impressive, they obviously they're right in this game. They have a 3,000 gold lead, and they're making this game very, very interesting. It's still very much anyone's game.
Yeah, feeling really, really good. Baron spawn now, they have Sorry Maker up in the top side. Does have teleport available, so maybe he should be going towards the bottom lane. Recalling now. No one's really setting up for anything. Oh, actually gonna cancel the recall. Maybe looking for a collapse.
Yeah, Steve, exactly. Gonna eventually collapse and cause that disruptive force that they've been all game that I mentioned. But this is kind of like, this feels like the next fight is super, super important, that it could really tilt the scales in one way if you are the winner of
look
it.
at Nuguri Disciple.
Oh yeah, they're just pushing down the top lane and getting free gold, free towers, free inhibitor potentially here. They gotta force a fight here, and the Special K finally finds someone. They're able to get on top of the roll air, and a ton of CC will keep them down for a while. Those shields are absolutely nuts though. They eventually go down. J-Chow, no, just bleeds away. The tick, 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 dead. But here comes a unfortunate flag right now for Sorry Maker. They're actually just forced to run out of that. They did not get that inhibitor in the top lane as they came to try to join the fight over here in the mid lane, but it ends up being a 1-for-1 in the long run. The dragon is up, which could be real nice for the team. It doesn't really have much time, but they might not be able to fight this. Already Dangle's going to gale forth in and secure that kill. Huge, taking it out the jungler right now. Glacial maybe Ghost trying to make a big play once again, but double kill now comes through for the Jin player. But here's a double kill from Sorry Maker, who's now generally jumping or the other way. And all of a sudden, this fight's completely turned around, and another ace comes in for Glacial. What are these fights?
Sorry Maker with a fantastic TP right back into the fight after completing his Rabadons. Huge W right there. Unfortunately, Dangle wasn't able to flash out of it, and he cleaned up that fight really, really massively. Not going to focus onto the dragon just yet. Both neutrals are up on the map. Top inhibitor did go down to, must have been a wave that Sorry Maker prepped or something, because that fell. Wasn't able to grab too much else on the map, but now Glacial are in a much better position for this Earth Dragon. And you gotta imagine, if you're Dangle, you're pretty upset about the Drake RNG. You got up against a team with almost no sort of front line, and now you have to deal with a 4-stack Elemental Dragon. Just buffing up their armor, making it such a nuisance. Looks like ReDefy are just going to give up that dragon, go to the top side. Pie Swag's caught out though.
Yeah, Pie Swag, it seems to be not quite their game on this one. They're 3 out of 11. They've been caught quite a few times. But here's Special K trying to jump onto Sorry Maker now, who does not have ultimate available here. Maybe Ghost gets stunned up by J-Chow, who then presses R, but maybe Ghost somehow lives with just enough HP out of that one. And now suddenly Special K is in a little bit of trouble here. as Sorry Maker's trying to chase them down. They're just barely living through this. And know what? They're barely living through it, probably by the difference of those 3 Drakes. But here is the curtain call. It doesn't quite do a whole lot. It makes Nurgi's Disciple kind of walk around a little bit slower, but they just are able to walk out of this one, and a fight is now breaking out over this Baron as they started up here. RD Dangle, look at him, he's trying to jump in there, does avoid the ultimate from the Leona, so that is a notable thing to have happened here. Baron does go down, but will they get out with their lives? Here's a gigantic fight. Karthus ultimate is going to do about half the HP of a bunch of people. Pieswag will take out maybe Ghost with said ultimate, taking down another one's RD Dangle, but Armored Modad will trade that kill right back. Here's Damlos Gaming jumping on top of Special K. He's going to set him up for Nurgi's Disciple to continue the fight over here. Top Potamus. Ooh, nice little block there to stop them from really pressing too much forward. They're trying to get them underneath the tower here. Will it be enough? Nurgi's Disciple trying to fight, but here comes back Pieswag. He's here to finally provide some damage here and take down Damlos Gaming. Armored Modad and Nurgi Disciple are still chilling in the mid lane here because Pieswag can't quite do much by themselves. They are level 15 to 2 level 17 members on the other side. And a Baron win will come through for Glacial, despite it being a 3-4-3, but overall like that for Glacial.
Yeah, second Baron now going over to Glacial. They're really coming into their own in this late game, just coming from so many different angles, taking the fights that are just really, really good for them. They're just constantly pressuring ReDefy to take these absolutely really hard fights to make, and ReDefy just have not been able. I mean, it feels like Dangle is doing what he can to dodge everything.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's no other damage on the team. Pieswag and Jchow. Pieswag does a lot of damage right now. He just can't live long enough to do it, or isn't in the fights properly. It feels like Jchow's really behind the curve, especially compared to Sorry Maker, who's been really effective on the Echo.
Yeah, and the other thing about it, like you were saying how, yeah, the blue side team theoretically does scale better, but right now they're doing a better job of farming and getting experience on Glacial Esports. Like the kills are the same, but look at the farm difference. 70 in the top lane, 50 in the jungle. Yeah, they're a little bit behind there on mid and 80 carry, but it's been enough to like give like a level 17. They're gonna hit level 18 pretty soon here on Nurgi's Disciple. You have an 18 on Sorry Maker, so they're just getting that part of the game done better. So yeah, maybe if you can get yourself to equal level, you'll be fine. But right now they're just ahead in levels on the other side, so that just makes them strong.
Yep, most definitely. Dangle did finish out his build here. Does not currently have armor penetration. Might look to swap something for that once he gets the gold for it. So right now that lethality on that collector is not looking fantastic into the 3 mountain dregs of glacials.
No, yeah, and that's just unlucky, right?
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
What are you gonna do about that? That's not something you itemize against when you notice, oh yeah, after the first 2 dragons, now it's suddenly mountain. You're like, well, what are you, like, are you not gonna build that item against what is theoretically squishy people? Like, it's tough.
At that point, you were in the driver's seat to take those dragons as well, as they might be looking on the Sorry Maker here.
Yeah, they're trying to jump on top of this one. Downloss Gaming is trying to help out their mid laner. Sorry Maker will go down here, so there might be a good fight for ReDefy. They're going to pick up 2 there. They've lost a bunch of their base here, but here's the curtain call to try to slow them down. We'll not quite get that, but another double kill goes to RD Dangle. The only unfortunate part at this point is like he doesn't even need 4 gold. It doesn't actually help. Does have the ability to get 2 more levels there, so maybe you just want to farm just for literally that. But yeah, he's kind of capped on gold. Everyone else has got to keep catch up.
Yep, pretty much. The only thing possible is selling boots for a 6th item.
Yeah.
Maybe swapping out some lethality for some armor penetration. Nurgi's Disciple looking for it, but I think he got found.
That is a rough situation, but oh my gosh, this champion, look at those shields. He's going to live for quite a while here. Tries to press R. Not quite enough. Oh, it will be enough as it takes away Nurgi's Disciple, eventually going down to RD Dangle there. I'm going to believe that maybe a little bit of Grievous Wounds would have been kind of handy too for that Jhin there. But I think they at least kill that person in a 1-for-1. And now they're looking at this dragon spawning in 15 seconds here, but of course they have super minions kind of coming down towards them.
Oh no, Dangle!
Ooh, RD Dangle is not where you want to be, but thank goodness for Gale Force. Sarah for a moment here also has Guardian Angel, so should be able to get up here and be alright. Not quite. Maybe Ghost takes them down before they can quite do anything. Double kill comes through for them. Let's call it a triple. They kind of move on to grab another one. Sorry Maker will grab one more, and that will probably mean the game, as the only person up is going to be Jchow in 5 seconds to deal with everyone, basically, with the exception of No Grease Disciple on Glacial. And we might be going to game 3, folks.
This definitely looks like a Game 3 angle. Jade
nice
Chow, yeah, hits a nice stun, has the ultimate available, but I don't think he's going to be able to clean this one up. Glacial
boy.
will take the second game. A fantastic game, really just playing around what they have in their compositions, even though theoretically the draft was not in their favor. They just knew what
Yeah.
they had. They used it better. And ReDefy, I really think, need to start drafting more for what's happening in games rather than this theoretical sense, because this is twice now I've seen the Karthus come out, and it's just too slow of a playstyle for the games they're playing.
Yeah, and we were talking to, well, singing praises for them to be able to kind of have that versatility to play that, but maybe it not actually is on the playstyle for them. And the other thing is, like I mentioned it, it feels like you watch those, you just see those team comps on paper. If ReDefy fought front to back, it would have been easy. But give Glacial Esports a lot of credit for taking those
So
fights
much
how
credit.
they needed to, for being really disruptive and getting a lot of plays on that Echo and really making fights more chaotic that didn't allow Jin to just four-shot everybody.
Yep.
But we'll take a quick
100%.
break here. We'll get to game 3 for Risen Esports Champions League for ReDefy versus Glacial Esports. Remember, this is an important one for points to get to Tier 1, so this next game is huge. So don't touch that browser, and we'll see you soon. All right, welcome back, folks. We are into a Silver Scrape situation over here. ReDefy Esports got to take Glacial Esports here in our final game. Seraphine and Camille still their bans to start off here. They're back on the blue side again, by the way. And Heimerdinger and Olaf being banned out, and that Heckram once again by Glacial Esports. Graves, we will continue not to see in the series.
I really would like to see ReDefy pivot and go for the Kaisa first pick over the Galio. I think it just gives their AD carry a lot more survivability, a little bit less damage, but ReDefy are going to stick with the Galio. Special K, it is 100% his pick. He loves going for it. He loves first picking it every time it's possible. I really don't like giving up the Kaisa. And again, not because of anything that happened in the lane. It was
Yeah,
definitely
they
Special
smashed.
K. Yeah, they did. They smashed the lane. It just didn't end up. He needed the survivability in the team fights. And that was
Echo.
something I was thinking was going to head to the ban table, but it is going to be
Yeah.
left up. Sorry Maker gets his hands on Echo once again, and he didn't have like a fantastic. Well, he did have a really good lane phase in terms of like was up in CS at the
Yeah.
6th level mark, which
Had
is
just like a fine
fantastic
one.
by Echo standards. But it's not like he got fed a bunch of random kills. He played the map very, very well, knew his
Mm-hmm.
limitations very, very well,
Maokai.
and I'm going to say that as a Maokai support
Yeah, likely. What's been
just by
happening
their
lately.
top laners pool.
Yeah, exactly. You go to the top lane and go like they play carries all day. You think they're gonna randomly want to play Maokai all of a sudden? Nah, that's a Maokai support coming out here. So
That
that
does
does
leave
lend them to
Kai'Sa
getting.
open.
Yeah, they leave the Kaisa open instead, putting some priority on I guess what they feel like is a support counter pick. I don't know if I'd agree with that personally, but hey, they're better players than me, so I honestly can't really
It,
say too
it's
much about that one. But
it's very possible they just don't want to play Galio into, or excuse me, Kai'Sa into Galio for some reason. It might be a lane matchup
yeah,
that they just didn't want, and they decided we're not going to pick the Kai'Sa. We can just give it to them,
Ivern.
and we're gonna go a third style of jungling because why not? Now
Why
the
not?
Ivern locked in.
Now just pure support. We had like
Yeah,
the bruiser carry, and then we went to the mage, and now we're just having this supportive Ivern coming into there. And heck, with how good they've been playing in the bot lane, maybe you just got to give RD Dangle as much support as possible, and that's what they're kind of thinking here. And that could lead them to victory as we wait and see what the last pick is here for the first half of picks. Caitlyn, a
okay.
interesting choice with every 80 carry basically available to you. I play. Caitlyn's my second most played champion, and I love Caitlyn. But honestly, there's just a lot better than Caitlyn right now. I feel like in the world, but in this meta. But hey, sometimes it's just a comfort pick.
Yeah, I agree with you on both points. I think Caitlyn is not fantastic in the meta, and I do believe, if I'm remembering the accounts correctly, Caitlyn is a pretty big comfort pick, at least
Yeah,
from 2020 statistics,
yeah.
for this AD carry. And I also kind of see where they're going for. They left the Kai'Sa open, who is just traditionally very short range in the lane, Maokai Sapling's Caitlyn. They're just going to be annoying and try
Hmm.
and shut down Dangle and not let him get advantages and just keep him low CS
It's
numbers, not getting the tower plates. That seems to be the angle they're going
Yeah,
for.
it's true. It will give you a lot of laning phase priority, which is something Glacial Esports have just kind of given up
Mhm.
on every game that they've played so far, going Vayne and Kaisa in the previous games there. But yeah, so yeah, I do expect that Caitlyn and Maokai will have tons of priority in that lane, and maybe that's what they finally want to do this time instead of just kind of giving that one up. And that's kind of the adjustment they feel like making at this time. And they kind of just trust that everyone else is going to be able to do what they're going to be able to do there. So Fiora and Aatrox banned out in the second rounds of bans here by ReDefy. Poppy and Malphite, the two top laners that were played by ReDefy, those get banned out, and Shyvana gets secured once again.
Poor Topopotamus, man. He pulls out the Malphite. No, you're not playing that one anymore. Pulls out the
Mordekaiser.
Poppy. No, we don't like that one either. Give me your third option. It's going to be Mordekaiser, so another weak side top laner there. And okay, it is protect the dangle.
Yeah. If anyone gets on Dangle this time, Mordekaiser comes in, ults him, takes him away. Lulu is also right there to give him shield. So is Ivern. So is Galio. This is all an RD Dangle. They must have felt last time. They're like, hey, you're feeling it today, and we didn't do a good enough job protecting you in game 2. We're going to protect you in this one.
Yep, they're gonna make it up to him and give him all of the keys, all of the eggs into the dangle basket. He's gonna be carrying this one. Meanwhile, it will be a Jax counter pick for the top lane. And again, this 3 split pusher strategy for Glacial. They're gonna look to do the same thing, come in on a lot of different angles, but I have to imagine this Kai'Sa and all of her assistants is going to be much more well protected than a Jhin. The only problem I see is I don't see Dangle getting fed in lane this time.
Yeah, it'll certainly be harder unless like Caitlyn and Malcolm make a big mistake. There is also, of course, the danger of having priority is that you're pushed up. So maybe we just see a lot of jungle pressure come down from Ivern. Ivern's an okay ganker. I'm not gonna put
Yeah,
him like he's not bad or good, I would say. So like potentially Ivern could come down and help out that lane a lot. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one as we kind of go forward. We see very radical styles coming from ReDefy in each of these games, and like Glacial Esports seem to go to what they believe in top carries, split pushing, making sure they get as much gold as they can, and try to choke you out. So we'll see what works in our final game.
Yeah, it'll be really, really interesting to see. And I think the biggest change up for me, I mean, maybe you could argue the jungle, but Pyswag has been all over the place. But it will be J-Chow here in the mid lane going towards the complete 180 onto the Lulu pick. He's going to have a really rough time in lane versus this Echo. Going to have to build Mark Treads more than likely to survive the lane phase. And not only just in pressure of being ganked and dove even solo at certain points by this Echo, means that they're not going to have midline priority pretty much ever from this
Pretty
midline.
much, yeah.
Even if Ivern comes, what is Echo going to care about Ivern Lulu in his lane? Really just going to be able to run all over the map. And that is my biggest concern right now, is after how good Sorry Maker played that last game, on the same pick, I have big fears.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Sorry Maker doesn't even have to have a lead to do a lot of damage. They basically took that second game and just like played steadily, and then eventually just got to a situation where they can play team fights super
Lulu
well.
just got locked in top.
Oh, so Lulu's going to top Epotamus.
Mordekaiser mid.
Mordekaiser mid.
Maybe. They could still technically swap.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait till 20 seconds on the timer before we really go
Maybe
deep
they're trying to
into that
mess
one.
with them or us.
Both.
Both, yeah. We'll see.
I mean, either way, they're taking MR Quince. It's Lulu and Morty. So not going to get an advantage that way.
True.
But that could be interesting. Again, we're going to wait till that one comes down. But then you're pretty much looking, since we already talked a decent amount about the bot lane matchup against this jungle matchup, you've got Ivern against the Shyvana. Pyswag, his first clears haven't really got messed with too much. Game 1, we had vertical jungling. Game 2, everybody just full cleared and pretty much stuck to their jungles. If that happens again for Pyswag, he'll be fine. I'm wondering if Modad will do something different, given the fact that he has Echo mid lane priority. More than likely, I'm not sure. Echo versus Mordekaiser, who gets lane priority, but he'll definitely have prio from bot.
Yeah, as we wait kind of this 30-second timer to see who for sure it goes. But yeah, right now they haven't moved it. So that could be an extremely interesting thing. And it just makes me think about, remember when Mordekaiser could take the dragon?
I love that time.
That was kind of fun. I hated it in the bot lane, but I didn't mind it when someone was like Mordekaiser mid and then did that. But I was just like, what do I do with this champion? They have the dragon.
They literally have the dragon.
They literally have the dragon.
Like, they don't have the stats from the dragon. They have the dragon.
The dragon. That was fun time. So that was maybe a more common time to see Mordekaiser mid or bot, but no, it is. Okay. We'll stay in that mid lane. It'll be in J-Chat, unless of course they also swap positions, which I guess is also still
technically
possible.
allowed, but I don't know why they would. I don't know why this is their answer to the Echo mid lane, quite possibly.
Yeah.
So this makes me less scared for J-Chow. I think he's going to be set up pretty decently here. He's going to be able to contest mid prio. He should have a lot more to do in the 1v1. Shouldn't be under as much threat. Top Epotamus has to lane versus a Jax with a Shyvana jungle. Yeah. He has pulled out some pretty fantastic weak side play, and he's going to have to keep doing it.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that turns out. All right, folks. We'll wait the rest of this pause and be back with ReDefy Esports versus Glacial Esports here on the Risen Esports Champion League. Remember, it's an important game. They got to get this for as many points they can possibly get to hopefully get to a Tier 1 tournament. So we'll be right back, folks, and we'll see you soon. Okay, folks, we are back. It's game 3. It's winner takes all. ReDefy Esports versus Glacial Esports. Big points on the line to get yourself potentially in a Tier 1 tournament. So the boys at ReDefy definitely want to take this one down. They're trying to put all their eggs in the RD Dangle basket.
Yeah, most definitely. Very curious out of Dangle going the Thorn Shield in this lane. I feel like he's going to be under a lot of harassment here. I feel like the D Shield could have been a little bit better, but maybe he plans to play aggressively. We'll have to see if there's some sort of preset plan coming out of ReDefy. I mean, they've got the setup for it, most definitely.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to position pretty aggressively there, too. So we'll see where this one goes. So we talked a lot about potentially ReDefy wanting to have stable early games. And so far, like, our early games have had actually a ton of action in all of our games. Do you expect that trend to continue, or?
I feel like just it's one of those things where I should say one thing, but I've watched this team enough to just know the other, right?
Yeah,
They're
that's
going
totally
to
fair.
find something to fight over. First clears from the junglers should probably be pretty tame. You're gonna have the Ivern. Modad has also already shown that he just wants to full clear. Nuguri Disciple is going to be doing a lot of this to top Hippopotamus.
Oh.
This is just rough, buddy.
Oh, this is tough.
Welcome to the lane.
Yeah, man. And I was just like kind of curious on like kind of like to I was looking before while we were in the loading screen at kind of like just the top lane ranking. Like Hippopotamus is obviously a very high ranked player. He's Grand Masters and all that. And Nuguri Disciple is relatively new to the Masters space, so just someone climbing really fast. So it is a tough situation right now. Top Hippopotamus event is just being put weak side and given weak side champions over and over again. So there's also just that. But yeah, it's been probably a pretty hard day for Top Hippopotamus, but they're putting work.
Yeah, I mean, as hard as a day as it has been for Top Hippopotamus, I feel like it's been playing overly pretty well. Ooh, gonna take a tower shot there, so that evens out the trade.
Hey, coming towards the mid lane. I was talking about priority. They want to get in the bot lane, and instead they decided to go there. And what a play there to get maybe Ghost to kill. While potentially we'll see what Kaisa does to respond to his bot lane. I imagine they're trying to push that bot wave as fast as possible to at least get some of that gold back. But here's a gank towards the top lane. Top Hippopotamus will take down Noguri's Disciple with the help of Pie Swag, as RD Dangle and Special K here are trying to disrupt maybe Ghost. I think they were trying to slow them down to maybe not get that cannon, but unfortunately they still get there.
Pretty much stall them as much as possible. Nuguri's Disciple spotted that one out. Ivern's still in the area, so I don't think he will go for that one if he has any inclination. There's a teleport mid. J-Chow might go on this with Ivern in his back pocket, but Sorry Maker's just going to be able to get out of that one. Top Hippopotamus burns his teleport as well. Now J-Chow is the only member on the map with one of those summoners. That summoner in specific, I should state.
Special K. He's going to jump in for this. Maybe go stepping out of the pocket a little bit here, but here comes Damlos Gaming. Going to jump forward and get some decent damage here from Megabee Ghost. But yeah, it was a nice little engage here. You know, Special K is always looking for that.
Yeah, definitely looking to get onto the enemies because they're going to be very obnoxious if you don't get on top of them. So he's going to be looking for that pretty much as possible. Did burn Ignite and heal in that exchange though for pretty much nothing outside of just the trade itself. A little bit unfortunate there.
Ooh, Pie Swag setting up the tent over here in the top lane. Help Top Hippopotamus out here, make sure Nuguri Disciple isn't as crazy fed as he's been maybe in previous games, and Nuguri Disciple should be able to walk away from this one all right. It's actually going to jump right back into it because they're getting help from Sorry Maker here too as well. Nuguri Disciple is going to flash out of there. Trying to get forward was Pie Swag. Nuguri Disciple is going to jump right back in and secure that kill. Almost gets taken down, but just barely lives. So nice play to help out their top laner.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised J-Chow did not end up teleporting down to that fight. See Dangle and Special K just struggling down here on the bottom side. Dangle very low mana. Special K needs to find a good engage here. Doesn't need to kill off anybody, just put them in lethal range so that they back off and allow Dangle to get a recall because he really desperately wants one.
Yeah, doing a good job right now of keeping up in that CS though, while dealing with the under tower. And here comes PieSwag, permagank in this game. It fears, and you're gonna knock up maybe Ghost. One more auto will do it. RD Dangle flashes in for said auto, secures that kill. Now the tune on to Dom Lost Gaming is down to 0 HP as PieSwag kills that one out. And nice gank from PieSwag. He's kind of 2 for 1 on those ganks right now.
Yeah, PieSwag is not slowing down, and I questioned a little bit when I saw in the top left-hand corner that he is running Flash, but it seems he is just using it as a terrain scaler, rather, and just going over walls and perma-ganking here. Gonna burst by the Ionian Boots of Lucidia. This feels like the 2021 version of Moby Boots Elise. That's
yeah,
what I'm getting
a little
vibes.
bit, right? Like, just gotta get there. That's hilarious, actually. It's just all over the map right now is PieSwag, and really helping out their team. Because again, unlike someone like Armored Mod Dad, who is just trying to farm up and get all these items on their champion because that's exactly what they want, PieSwag can still be very relevant on not that much gold on this champion, so they can just keep ganking like this, try to help out their side lanes, while Chow is trying to deal with Sorry Maker over here. And Dragon, meanwhile, was taken over there by Glacial Esports. Everyone from ReDefy was basically just back, so
Chow gonna get locked down here, but shouldn't be in too much trouble. Maybe Ghost does not have the ultimate yet, but they're using their bot prio to make this lane really hard for Chow. It looked pretty good for him in the early game, but after that gank, Sorry Maker's been able to pretty much control the wave and how it is, the wave and how the lane is going. Not doing too bad. They don't want to step on the blast cone. But the sapling zones Dangle away, and they're going to be able to get back to their lane. That time, being forced off a couple more minions than the first. Chow up a level for now, probably not going to be for very long. Really wants to grab these longer extended trades when his passive can start coming into effect, but it is just Sorry Maker hitting that 3-tick passive and getting a big burst of movement speed, disengaging. Chow just hasn't been able to stay on top of him. Looks like he's also going for, by the looks of it, the Rift Maker build, so going for more sustain rather than a Rocket Belt or Night Harvester just for pure damage, possibly. We'll have to see how that works out for him. I mean, he's gonna have to deal with a lot of people in his face. Armored Mod Dad took Exhaust on the Shyvana, not the Ignite this time. Pretty much just to hold down Dangle, I have to imagine. He's only really looking to get onto one person on the enemy team. Possibly Chow, but I think he's going to win the 1v1 with Chow unless one of them gets insanely fed to tip that scale.
RD Dangle has been doing a good job of just kind of keeping up with the farm, despite the pressure put on spot lane, which is always a good sign for AD carry. While it's not as impressive as all the kills he got in Gen last time, it honestly takes just as much skill to play this matchup and just kind of stay right there, right relevant, because Kai'Sa's gonna scale really hard. Caitlyn also has that awful trough at 2 items where Kai'Sa feels really great at 2 items and then just continues getting stronger from there. So we'll see how that matchup keeps going as we go forward here. We turn to Nogri Disciple jumping on top of Topotamus here in the top lane, but he'll be able to walk away from that one. And yeah, just pressure continuing to be put on by this bot lane to get themselves another plate as well.
Yeah, 2 plates over there. Sorry Maker went ahead and grabbed one in the mid lane while they were taking that Rift Herald. Herald on the Ivor now, and if I am in Glacial's comms, I am screaming, hey, they got Herald, they're coming bot.
Yeah, here we go. Damn Lost Gaming is going to get locked up here by PieSwag for a moment. It's going to be forced flash away. RD Dangle's going to ultimate in and try to make a play. Will get rooted up here by Damn Lost Gaming's ultimate, but it doesn't mean much because PieSwag picks up that kill. Maybe goes trying to get one more kill here to get a little bit of shield up. RD Dangle will not be enough to save them as Sorry Maker comes in and blows them up. Here comes Chow trying to get on the Maybe Ghost, wants to get that ultimate onto them, but Maybe Ghost able to avoid that with a nice Caliber net.
Topotamus, oh no.
Topotamus, oh no. Oh, nice polymorph though. Survives them for the time being.
Gonna have to be really careful about the redive. Does still have ultimate and flash, can outplay it, but you can see this lane has been very, very tough on him. Down 30 CS is not exactly where he wants to be. Teleport just now coming off of cooldown, so maybe he'll look to make a play with his team here soon. But plates have been definitely going in the favor of Glacial, even though the 1 kill up for ReDefy. It's 1.5 in the pockets of Glacial, and that's pretty much just in CS and plate advantages here. Now 5 total plates for Glacial when ReDefy haven't got one. JChow doesn't want this. Looks like Sorry Maker doesn't really want it either. Just getting the quick trade and getting out.
There you go, continuing to push this bot lane while PieSwag's actually ganking over towards the top side. So they just got to keep dealing with this. No Disciple trying to make a play over here. He's going to use the ultimate onto PieSwag, so they get real big. But here's Armored Mod.
Oh, what a flash.
PieSwag, though, nice job being able to figure out that kill. We did see there on the screen, I guess there was a kill in the bot lane too as well. So in the extended little fight here, 2v1. Sorry Maker trying to make it 3, but PieSwag looks like they'll be able to back off here. But again, that'll just be more plates going down the top side while plates are going down here in the bot side.
Yeah, most definitely. Sorry Maker's going to be the beneficiary of these plates. Maybe JChow's able to push in and grab a plate of his own. This bot lane has just been so oppressive. Only up a little bit of CS. Honestly, Dangle and K are not doing a bad job of dealing with the teleport into the mid lane. This is less for Nuguri's Disciple and more for the dragon that just spawned.
Nice Polymorph. Able to get his damage on Nuguri's Disciple too without being forced back away here. But 3 HP is enough for Jax to be able to stick around. Especially got Blade of the Rune King there. They heal up by steal. There's the first turret finally after 12 minutes. It will go in favor of Glacial. Here comes PieSwag trying to get on top of maybe goes here, maybe. The ultimate is available for ReDangle if they try to go in here. They're trying to fight this one front to back, but maybe goes. Ooh! The dodge after Special K, but the flash comes in from Special K, and ReDangle will finally secure that kill. Damlock's gaming is so low! So is Nuguri's Disciple! They're like barely alive. ReDangle just wants to jump in there. Just get in there and Q. Oh no, awkward! Oh,
okay.
Double kill. Still gets double kill. I think he could have just flash queued and walked out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like if he did it right away, but I guess we have perfect vision, to be completely fair, so maybe you're like a little more nervous about that when you're playing about it in the actual game. But they get the double kill anyway, despite going down, so you'll certainly be happy with that. And your team goes on to take on the dragon.
Yeah, Sorry Maker wasted a little bit of time up in the top side. Looked like he was taking a jungle camp or something, and possibly could have pushed up that top lane a little bit more, gotten a little bit more there, because he wasn't joining his team without teleport. It's a 4v5 for most of that, and ReDefy are going to come away better for where it's going to be Imperial Man. Without ultimate, I don't think JChow really gets an all-in onto maybe Ghost, even though he is
look at that.
2 levels up.
I just saw the claw and I look, oh, ultimate's not up. Alright, never mind.
Maybe Ghost's going to be fine now. Looking to grab one more plate before they fall, more than likely. We'll have to see if JChow can push them off that or not. PieSwag is caught out here, though.
Oh, PieSwag gets burned down. Armor and Modad's going to be able to take that. Modad? I've said that name different ways every time. JChow pulling in Baby Ghost into this tower, but however has to deal with 2 of them, and the Gale Force combo comes in from Caitlyn. Maybe one thing, as much as I said that Caitlyn doesn't feel super great right now, that combo feels really fun to do.
Yeah, it's definitely very fun to pull up. Special K and Dangle in the mid lane here. Gonna be able to just put some pressure onto Sorry Maker, but that Q clears out the wave, and now Mawdaw's here.
ReDangle's gonna get on top of this one. Mawdad now trying to run away from this one. Here they come to get on top of them. Shut down for ReDangle. And here's Special K trying to help them get out of the situation. Nice flash. He's gonna avoid a solid amount of damage here. It means ReDangle can continue to regain his fight, but Sorry Maker does use ultimate to get themselves back up to a decent amount of health and then walk away. But well played by ReDangle, who's 5-2-2. And like we said, they got all the eggs in that basket, and right now it's working out pretty decent for them.
Absolutely. Caitlyn trying to come around on the side, but gonna have to take the long way, just as Nuguri Disciple is as well. Not sure if that Kaisa W found the Caitlyn. Yeah, it did, so they know exactly where she is. They might continue on this. Teammates are not very close, but Do ReDefy know that?
And Pythag will tank this turret for quite a while here and then walk away just in time to not die themselves. Perfectly executed dive. ReDefy picks up that kill. Their 6th of this game. And now, here comes a good front tank fight. Special K will pick up that kill. Damage done well there by ReDefy, and they can continue going forward here while the rest of this Glacial Esports team have to just kind of run away because they're not really going to get much more help here if they stick in there. Yeah, in the Shadow Realm, but so awkwardly on the other side of this wall. Sorry, Maker there has to wait while everyone else continues to walk forward, do communication, keep going forward onto this one. They're not able to hit Sorry Maker, who just dodges a bunch of skill shots, and they will get out of that one and keep their bounty.
Yep. Able to get out of that one. In the meantime, Nuguri Disciple looking to solo out that Herald. Gonna get a little bit of help from Armored Maudad as well. They should be able to pick up that objective for Glacial, no problem. Glacial definitely ahead in the tower game. Both top and bot have fallen. And now with Herald in their pocket, well, I was gonna say they're gonna take it mid, but it looks like they're gonna go ahead and give it over to the top lane Jax to try and put this Lulu under a ton of pressure.
Big to note though, second item now completed by the Kai'Sa player, so ReDefy probably committing to his teammates like, hey, let's take a fight. I am way stronger than basically anyone right now in this game, so want to see if they're able to make those plays. A route here onto Downlost Gaming, but no one quite around to follow up onto that. So they're just gonna push in the mid lane.
Yep, looks like ReDefy don't really want to fight currently. I have to imagine they're waiting on Topopotamus Teleport and the Dragon to sync up and go ahead and fight over that objective. One Dragon apiece means we're not relatively close, but it was really, really bad when those bruiserish carries that Glacial had got a bunch of Mountain Drakes under their belt. Don't want to have that one happen again. We see Maudad.
But at least you're on Kai'Sa this time.
True.
It's a better situation when you're on Kai'Sa just because Kai'Sa does a decent amount of job shredding through a ton of resistances. So
they see Maudad here.
Yeah, they see Maudad. Yeah.
I was wondering if they were going to do a bait. Topopotamus is found up in the jungle there, but he's going to get away pretty easily. J-Chow.
Good job on J-Chow here. Got him down to half health. Does not have ultimate either. Probably lose the fight in the Shadow Realm anyway, or Death Realm rather. Pythag is right here, dealing with Armored Maudad. That name has got me, man.
It's great. Looks like Glacial are gonna take the tower, force ReDefy into the river, into the arms of Sorry Maker. Look for the W!
There. This is the chaotic fight that has worked out so well for Glacial Esports. Let's see who comes out on top. Watch ReDefy. It's got all the shields on top of him, but it's not enough. They get shut down here. Where does the damage come from the rest of your team once ReDefy is gone? Sorry Maker will then take out Pythag. J-Chow does at least take out Downlost Gaming over there, but Armored Maudad will keep going forward and will pick up that one. Double kill does come through for J-Chow. They're trying to get everything they can done here, but J-Chow is now surrounded by tons of members. 4 of their teammates are dead. That's all of their teammates if you're doing any amount of math here. So it's a 4-4-2 in favor of Glacial.
J-Chow survived so long, but it does not matter when Dangle isn't the one who survives. Looks like he didn't have... I mean, that fight was just completely chaotic. He couldn't find the way out with the Killer Instinct, with the heal, with the Lulu ultimate. Wasn't just able to get away from that one. He had a ton of shields, but like you said, was not enough. I mean, Nuguri Disciple and Armored Maudad, all they have to do is right-click and press all of their jump buttons on him. It's definitely a lot easier for them to take that when they get that nice pinch in that narrow jungle corridor. It's exactly what Glacial are looking for, and really ReDefy needs to just kind of play in the most open area possible for them. Sorry Maker's looking on the Special K.
Sorry Maker here is huge. Has used ultimate to heal right back up now. See if they can get their re-engage over here for ReDefy, but it looks like they're not going to be able to quite get on top of that. And right now, 3-0-5 on Sorry Maker. They want to get that shutdown, but it's one of the hardest champions in the game to shut down.
Absolutely, just the ultimate is so annoying to deal with. It's such a short cooldown. As you can see, it's already a third off cooldown. It'll be up by the time they decide to do anything. Looks like J-Chow decided that he's going to be the one answering Nuguri Disciple at this point in time. Both teleports up for those two. As Baron is spawning here relatively shortly. Nogri Disciple looks like he wants this. Jay Chow's not having any of it though.
Yeah. Nogri Disciple here. Once again, good farm numbers here. Glacial Esports has basically given them their lead in this game. You know, you see the big number is basically even. It's the small number that matters. That 4,500 gold that Glacial Esports has basically on turrets and plates and farm. It's the other part of the game.
Top jungle CS definitely in Glacial's favor. So you can see Nogri's just continuing to farm, or excuse me, continuing to fight here with Jay Chow. Jay Chow's not doing a bad job in this 1v1. Both of them sitting on an item and a half though, so I have to imagine that's going to take a little bit more in the Jax's favor once he gets more items. Special K positioning very aggressively here, and now Sorry Maker's gone over to a side lane. Not what Topopotamus was hoping for. Oh, yeah.
Sorry Maker doing Sorry Maker things, but here they decide to maybe take a fight because Sorry Maker's not here. Okay, he jumps forward, and here comes ReDangle. He's gonna use a Q and secure the first kill, but now is being jumped on by everyone here on Glacial Esports, and then goes down. Nogri Disciple securing that kill. Where can they do with the rest of this fight? We saw last time once the rest of the fight got long and ReDangle was dead, they can just kind of keep going forward at you. They got a decent amount of damage here onto Jay Chow, who's trying to stay up and standing, but Sorry Maker will just secure their 5th kill of the game. That's a 3-4-1 for Glacial.
Yeah, Sorry Maker on this Echo has been such a nuisance for ReDefy. 10 stacks on the Darksteel, no deaths thus far in this 22-minute game. Gotta be wondering if he's gonna upgrade that to a Medjai's, because he is putting in absolute work for Glacial right now. They are looking very, very strong. I definitely has a win condition in Dangle. They can do it. They have all of the parts where they need them to be, but it is just Dangle has to commit so much to killing a single member that he's then left out to dry, it feels like. I wonder, now it doesn't have the killer instinct there, so not going to be jumping onto Sorry Maker, looking for that big bounty. It would be a fantastic thing if he's able to complete that. Not going to be able to yet. Jay Chow looking for something, not quite finding it. Nogri has hit that 2-item spike.
You want there, even with the ultimate and the tower, it's not enough. Meanwhile, P-Swag and ReDangle are trying to fight down here. Ace in the hole comes in for maybe Ghost. Same with the ultimate from Damn Lost Gaming. He's going to root them up here. ReDangle will use Gale Force to back away. But it's certainly not what you want to be doing. You would rather be using Gale Force to secure kills and securing fights, but it's just not happening right now for ReDefy.
Yeah, looking for Nogri here in the bot side though.
80 carry, 2020! Enough to live at least. Topopotamus comes in and flashes to secure the kill, but the Baron is
I don't think they know.
Taken here. Excuse me, 2021 by the way. I realize time has passed.
A couple weeks into it. Hey, I'm still writing 2020 on bills.
Yeah, I know, right? That happens.
It's rough.
At the start of my video, right? Esports just kind of have the Baron for basically the Iron Price of Noguri taking so much attention in the bot lane, so they get that. And we'll see where they position next. The Dragon is spawning in 5 seconds too as well. They're all backing up here, so this might mean at least Dragon going for RD here, but Sorry Maker is so strong right now. 6-0 and 5. Thought he was good last game. He's at a different level in this game.
Deathless and picking up the Medjai's now. 14 stacks on it already. Oh my goodness, they might fancy this fight.
Yeah, that's a very awkward play for them to try to make, to be completely honest. But here's the flank from Nogri's Disciple. Maybe Ghost will take down P-Swag. And well, Sorry Maker's joined the fight, so that makes it really bad. Ace in the hole will secure that kill on Topopotamus. Double kill now for maybe Ghost. They now chase down Special K, and guess what? Sorry Maker is pretty darn good at chasing down. Flashes the emote, and honestly, he had the right to. Ace comes in for Glacial Esports.
Oh, that fight looked so good until Sorry Maker showed up and just obliterated Dangle. 7-0 and 7 just has the point-and-click Lichbane damage, 22 stacks on the Medjai's and a rocket belt just to make sure he can get onto his target. He has been finding it every opportunity. This is more than likely going to be Inhibitor. If
Glacial
not
trying to fight
more.
someone here. Does use the ultimate, so at least they can make this a 1v1 for a moment. But Armored Modad actually gets better than one. Here comes RD Dangle. Ultimate's in, presses Q, takes some damage, takes down Armored Modad. They're now trying to go forward and see if they get up to Nogri's Disciple and Sorry Maker here, but Nogri goes for the re-engage a little bit here. They do have much mids. There we go. RD Dangle now is jumping in there. Lulu ultimate onto that Kaisa. This is what they freaking wanted to do all game, and they're getting those kills now. Maybe Ghost meanwhile dealing with Special K over here. Oh, the Caitlyn combo. All right. It's flashy, it's shiny, but here comes RD Dangle picking up that one, and that's a huge fight for ReDefy.
Absolutely massive. Picking up a bunch of kills would have been fantastic if they were able to get that shutdown and the Magi stacks off of Sorry Maker, but he's just so hard to take down. Flashless now on the Echo does mean a little bit more safety for Dangle. He'll have to play around that going into the next team fight. 3 minutes on the Dragon means that Dangle will have his summoners available for it. Assuming nothing happens up until then, but there's 3 minutes time, so that's time for at least 5 fights, if I have learned anything.
Exactly, the way the series go and the way these teams play at this game. It's been a wild ride this whole night. Back and forth action, of course. ReDefy taking the first game, Glacial Esports able, to clap back the second one, but every game has felt like it could have been won by either team. That's kind of the crazy point, including this one. But right now, behind the 8 ball is ReDefy. They are down 10,000 gold, and they have to deal with a monster Echo right now. Who, look at them, trying to go straight at RD Dangle. Will ultimate to get out of there, but Special K, they will meet up
flash,
with. They're getting taunted up, but does still get over that wall. Echo's an absurd champion.
Yeah, definitely. He accelerates extremely fast when he's been piled in a lot of gold, and that's definitely what's happened this game. Feeling so strong. Only another 1,000 gold away from completing a Rabadon's death cap, and at that point, I'm pretty sure he is physically capable of one-shotting 2 people at once.
He's level 16 too right now, so it's a really scary moment. But here's RD Dangle taking care of this fight over here. What's Sorry Maker to do? You're actually finally surrounded by a few members here. Special K is going to jump onto. He's going to get the top on him. Does ultimate to get towards the other side. Nogri's Disciple now is on top of him, but that's going to be a kill for RD Dangle. The Protect the 80 carry comp is finally working here. Look, the HP bar is not moving for RD Dangle. That's a triple kill, but exactly, the base is going down. Maybe Ghost and Armor Modad is taking this one down. Jay Chao is trying to stop them off here. Are they going to end this game before anyone gets here? But here is RD Dangle here, now trying to stop this one down. Polymorph and the kill comes through. They're still shooting at the base. It's very close, but they finally get the ace. They take them all down, but their base is in shambles.
Oh my goodness, nothing but the Nexus survives. ReDefy find the fight that they've been looking for, but what did it cost them? Almost everything is the answer. And now they're going to have to turtle like nothing else. Those double inhibitors are going to be down for quite some time. It is 40 seconds until a Dragon and a minute and 20 until Baron. It's going to be very hard for ReDefy to be able to stop either of those objectives to going into enemy hands.
Wow, that fight looked so good for them, and it was good for them. They able to get that, but of course, the good job by whoever made that shot call, calling Glacial to just push down mid and get those damage, because now there's so much pressure. Jax is in this game, right? We've all played in that game where you're team fighting and Jax just randomly is destroying the Nexus. So that's terrifying. They have 2 teleports, so that could be Sorry Maker going in to destroy the Nexus. It just makes it so you have to play perfectly and mistake-free at this point, or Glacial will take this series and take this game.
Yep, the points are in the air right now, and I cannot fault Glacial if they're going to grab them by whatever means necessary. A backdoor might feel sleazy sometimes, but a win is a win, and everybody here is playing for that W.
They certainly are. Baron up in 15 seconds here.
Oh, Sorry Maker's looking for him.
Sorry Maker, it's gonna blow you up. Yeah, you're gonna go to the death realm, but that might mean your own death? No, actually, Sorry Maker playing this fairly conservatively here. Here comes Kaisa. Ultimate comes in from Sorry Maker. RD
Oh my
Dangle!
goodness!
Unreal, my dude. You're making 80 carry look like a playable position as you make that beautiful play. But does mean the rest
helping.
of them... Kaisa, yeah, I guess just Kaisa in general does help. Gale Force helps. But there we go. They do get the go code, though, to just go for this Baron. And realistically, you can't really even stop them because Nogri's Disciple might go over there. But yeah, they might get this other pick here. He's trying to W into them. Nogri's Disciple does dodge that there.
X-Flash.
X-Flash coming through. He's trying to jump towards them. Dangle does some decent amount of damage here, and the ultimate from MLK will help that too as well. So there you go. The Baron is down, but at least you've killed a couple members right now of Glacial. So you're at the point where your composition is doing what it needs to do, but this game is still so scary right now.
It's absolutely terrifying. And I'll have to see what Glacial Eagles are gonna do. I mean, they've got a lot of time before their next win conditions spawn. And so it's very, very scary for them because they don't want to walk in as 5.
No,
and right now I guess their Baron's on their jungler. Shyvana is still a fairly good split pusher. Maybe they send the Shyvana top to pressure the last inhibitor while the rest of the team stays mid with Caitlyn Baron. That might be the ideal play, but right now I just feel like we're not going to end the game without another huge fight. And that is where Dangle is going to have to show up for... I lost track of how many times he's shown up this game, but a lot.
Oh, yeah. Dangle, this is what they wanted. They got a 17-5 Kaisa with everyone here designed to help protect RD. And we're into this 31-minute game that could really just blow up at any point and suddenly end. And yeah, like you were saying, like I think Glacial realized, hey, we just can't actually take a straight fight now. But again, this is basically on ReDefy to play perfectly. They can't leave themselves vulnerable at any point. Ace in the hole there, just to kind of do a little bit of chip damage. Dangle will just kind of heal it up here. But here comes Dangle jumping straight forward. Caitlyn stepping out of the pocket. Not where you want to be here. They're now trying to get onto Nogri's Disciple again. They can't just end the game even if they kill someone. They have to kill everyone. Armored Maudad with that Baron buff is trying to push it forward here. Can they be able to fight on top of this? But remember how strong Sorry Maker is? Still is really strong. Gonna push forward and force top opponents to back up. But can they get this fight here? They're trying to jump onto Dangle, who's gonna get all the ultimates and all the shields used now. But that is basically all that traded for Sorry Maker's ultimate. But now they are jumping straight at the base. Damn Lost Gaming does take out J-Chow here. A teleport is coming through from Sorry Maker, who's going to want to just try to focus down onto
Dangle's
that.
dead.
But they're going to get a point of that. Dangle's down. That is gigantic. Can they still win a fight without their AD carry? I do not think so. Sorry Maker is going to keep pushing forward. They finally kill the inhibitor, so that means they can kill the Nexus. This will be Glacial Esports game. They do it in a reverse sweep, and boy, was that a close one.
That was a close series. That was such an incredibly close series. Every single game, both teams had chances to take it multiple times. At the end of the day, Glacial will claim the 2-1 victory. More points, I suppose, will go to them. What an absolute amazing series, though.
Yeah, it was a banger from start to finish. Every game was winnable by either team, but Glacial Esports just got that edge. And sometimes it's a narrow margin, especially at this level of play. Everyone are highly elo players. There's not like someone they kind of just expose for being a low elo. This is just where it's at. And of course, the bid for a tier 1 spot in tier 1 tournament does make it the stakes really high. And Glacial Esports were just able to come out on top for them.
Really good hopes for ReDefy, though. I mean, the amount that they changed game to game, if they can be that diverse and step up their play just a little bit, they become extremely more lethal. And I just like how they were able to dissect what they needed to do. They figured out who was popping off on the night. They gave him the tools. They said, okay, well, we got screwed over by the lack of split pushers. They draft the Mordekaiser mid, and by the end of it, J-Chow can at least go toe-to-toe underneath a tower with anybody. You know, they definitely saw what they needed to do. It was just, like you said, a narrow margin of execution.
Yeah. Well, unfortunate for the ReDefy hopefuls, that will end our night. Django, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a fun cast. I've been Johnny Esports this whole time. We'll see you all next time here at ReDefy Esports. Goodbye, everybody.